I want to turn around and be like,
This is my hood.
we've escaped. How about we celebrate with a drink and see if they have somewhere to...
Okay.
I would like to tell my companions, take a seat and I will buy us a round of drinks.
So, evening is about to fall outside, and you find yourselves at the Crusty Juggler. It's a lively spot for the Waterwheel District. There's a bard playing music on the stage. She's singing. You notice in the bottom corner on the right that there is a half-orc offering silver pieces for beating him at arm wrestling.
Ooh.
Oh, we know that's my...
I'm gonna head over.
Your time to shine, DJ.
I'm gonna start making my way over to that orc down there.
Cool. You approach him, and he says, "Who's next?"
Hello, good sir. Looks like a hardy gentleman here. I would like to,
Don't inflict wounds.
yeah, right. I would like to, face you in a match of strength, sir.
You look weak, half-elf.
Oh. Well, sometimes looks can be deceiving.
Let's see
How
that.
about it? Shall we have at it?
Alrighty. So he pushes up his sleeve, and he puts his hand on his arm on the table. He's ready for you.
Oh, boy.
Alright, roll me a strength check.
Oh, boy.
What was that?
He can roll lower, right?
Oh, wow.
He can get lower than that.
So,
You got a 3.
I've had a long day. I really should get some rest.
he does take your hand, and as you, ready up, he actually, crushes your fingers in your palm, and he just slams it on the table. And he says, 4 silver pieces, please.
4 silver pieces. Ooh, okay, sir. How about double or nothing? In doing so, I want to whisper a quick prayer to my god and be like, oh, geez, I believe my god's Lathander. Help me out here. It's been a long day. Just give me some strength to beat this guy. I think we can do it.
Okay.
And, yes, I want to double or nothing.
Okay, double or nothing. It's 8 silver pieces.
Oh.
Roll strength. The gods have come through!
Yes.
Wow. That's beautiful. The gods have heard your prayer, and you just freaking with the crit 20. Or you take his hand, and it breaks off a plank of the table as it goes through. And
snap.
you say, "Pay."
Yes.
And he grumbles, and he's rubbing his hand, and he'll give you 8 silver pieces.
No, he says double or nothing.
He says, best 2 out of 3. No.
Sorry, I can't do it. I must rest. Thank you. Good stuff.
There you go. All right. Otherwise, what's going on over here? Oh.
In the meantime,
Okay, yeah.
I wanna get to know those Bengar and Snivels.
Mm-hmm.
Snivels, does it look like he's a kobold, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so who looks like the most intelligent of them two?
Well, Snivels is kind of seems to be like an underling. He doesn't talk much. He's kind of shifty to himself, and he makes a lot of sniveling sounds as well. Bengar holds himself very well, and he seems to be more in charge of the situation. And they do seem to know each other.
Okay. So Louis asked them to. Guys, what brought you there in the prison? What would you there? What happened to you?
Well. And he kind of looks around, shifty, to make sure no one's listening. But yeah, he knows you're in the Waterwheel District. There's some greasy guard palms up in here, so it's not that big of an issue to stay quiet. But he tells you, well, we did just come in off a certain type of ship, if you know what I mean.
Do I know what he means?
You might have noticed my bandana.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I did. What I'm saying is, we're pirates.
Oh, that's what he says. Okay. So I want to get to know them a bit, to know where they come from before they got here, and if they have any treasure map hidden somewhere.
Snivels doesn't barely speak at all. Maybe just to clarify a few things out of turn. But Bengar just tells you they came from up the river to the north. They came down and towards Canterdale because it's really good trade here. They hear that it's really hard to get in trouble here, but somehow they got caught with stolen goods, and they got caught stealing more goods from an inn in the area to transport and sell later. So they just keep going up and down this river consistently, stealing and selling.
So I would assume the black gems that Dejal has belong to them, but I don't talk about it. I want to try to know if he was the captain of the ship he has, if he still has a ship somewhere.
Yes, Bengar tells you that he is indeed the captain of his crew. It's a very mixed crew. There are a lot of members. They were captured quite a while ago, and he and Snivels are the only two that have not been sold off yet or sent to the work camps across the river. All right. What's up, Dejal?
Where the drinks, though?
Where they at, though?
I want to ask the innkeep here for a round of drinks for me and my group of acquaintances over here. And I also, in doing so, want to ask him if he has any room that we may sleep in tonight.
All right. He tells you, no, we are just a tavern. There are no rooms here. You can go across the way. There is an inn if you would like. Night is falling outside. And he motions for the waiter to bring you over 5 tankards of ale.
Yes, so we will go back over here.
I make my way back stage and see what's going on up there.
You see up there is a pretty human lady. Seems to have like some kind of combination mandolin belly dancing routine going on.
Oh.
Yeah. And she's just jamming. She has a hat at her feet with coin in it.
I want to walk up and...
Where did you say she was? On the stage?
Yes, on the left, where Aiden is.
Okay.
I want to walk up to the stage and say, "You're doing a great job," and I want to throw her the 8 silver pieces that I got from the thing and say, "Keep going with your dreams. Don't let anyone stop you."
Oh. She says thank you.
Kind
Oh, good
of
for your
back
school.
off to this. Yeah, stay in school.
Okay. She says thank you, sir. And she gives you a wink.
Cool.
I want to turn to Louis and kind of get close to him and ask him, like, without, I'm not trying to cause, that's kind of want to ask him, I mean, why do you seem upset with me all the time? Like, what have I done to?
All right, so first of all, that drink you gave me, I haven't touched it. So it's still full glass in front of me.
Disrespect.
Yeah. No, not disrespect.
Okay,
Just
you go.
As soon as you moved next to me, I just turned my head. You can barely see any sort of skin, so you can only see just above my eyes and under my hood. I still have my hood. As soon as you come close to me, the first thing I say is that move kind of back. And then Louis says, I have nothing against you or your kind. I have something against the way you live. I know what you are.
I want to tell Louis that I understand. I used to be kind of the same way. And I have something against the way I used to live also. But I promise you I'm not that way anymore.
She looks at you, and slowly she brings down her scarf. And you can see that she's like ravaged by scars and burns all over the face. And she says to Dejal, well, it's because of people like you that I have this today.
I want to look at her and tell her I completely understand. And that's why I've made it my point to stop people like that and stop people that are in charge of people like that. I can't say I lived a perfect life. I haven't done wrong, but I am trying to do better now. I just want to look. I was going to look at everyone and say, perhaps we should get some rest at the inn. The innkeeper told me that there is an inn across the street. See if everyone just wants to go get some rest tonight.
Okay.
And trying to win, like Louis, like trying to just win his not really
trust you.
friendship, but just I want to offer to buy our room.
Oh.
Buy me a room. I can
Well-
take care of my own room. Thanks, though. Just before we go, I want to ask a question to the whole group, including Bengar, who seems to be well, I don't really know if he's been around before.
Mhm.
I want to ask if they know, even Dejalo or Aiden, if they know anything about slavers in town. Oh, is this ever been raised before as an issue, or is this the first time that we hear about slavers?
Aiden and Dajal don't seem to know anything about the slaving going on in the city. Bengal does tell you that he's heard ramblings about it before, but it hasn't been initiated until very recently, in the last couple of weeks, when they started auctioning off his crew members. He also tells you, Dajal, that he's not interested in going to an inn. He is interested in finding his ship and skipping town.
Does he know who initiates those
The orders to slave,
practices? And
it would be Duke Landon.
okay, does he know if the practices have been spread outside of Canterdale, or it's only in here?
He goes up and down the river strictly. He doesn't go inland very much, and there are only a few cities up and down the river, but this is the first time he's really heard about it. There does seem to be indentured servitude of sorts across the river in the fields, people working for barely any money, and now slaves are being sent across the fields to work, across the river to work in the fields as well. But this is the first time he's really heard about this initiative.
Okay, well, I'm glad we all escaped this. Destiny.
Very well, shall we part ways then?
Listen, you tried to help us, and we helped you get out of prison for whatever reason you were in there. Just try and do me a favor and stay out of trouble.
Where's the fun in that? And they stand up and they head towards the door.
Oh, dang it. I'm okay with going and getting a good night's rest and waking up early and praying to my God
Okay.
for some clarity.
So you said there was an inn just in front?
Yes.
Go.
Across the street is the inn, and you see Bengar and Snivels head to the docks and start surveying and looking for their ship, see if it's been impounded. You head into the inn, and there is a lady at the desk, and she greets you. Hello?
Namaste.
Hello.
Hi.
Fine evening.
It's all right.
Would you happen to have 3 rooms open?
We got 2 rooms available, if you like.
We'll take them. I want to turn to Tijal, and I want to say, are we taking them?
Of course.
Okay,
We need to sleep, don't we?
that would be good. After the day we've had, I would say so.
We will give the lady her respect. And me and you shall share a room, and I'll put my arm around him.
Shower.
We shall share a room, and I'll put my arm around him.
I like
So
when he
to
does it,
ask
I'm
it-
just like in shock, like yeah.
I kind of ask him, be like, "What kind of cleric are you?"
Well, maybe once we get a little more comfy in our room, we have 2 beds, correct?
Yeah, it'll have 2 beds in it.
Oh,
Okay.
Each room has 2 beds in it.
Otherwise, you want any room with the Dajal's tail?
Yeah, right.
His tail takes up.
So say maybe I'll fill you in a little bit about myself and my practices once we get in there.
You head up to your respective rooms. There are 2. It's almost like futon, like mattresses just on the floor. Candles on a small table. It's pretty rickety.
On my part, I do not even need to sleep. Kind of fall in a trance for 4 hours instead of having to sleep 8 hours, I think.
I want to like sit up, and before going to sleep, I want to say, I want to put some things on the table, Dajal, It's not that I don't trust tieflings. I had more than one run-in with one tiefling in particular that basically destroyed everything I cared about and loved. Um, so it's nothing against you. I try to harbor no ill will toward anyone or anything. I greatly love and admire life and life itself, and that's why I try to help and save as much as I can. However, uh, there's just something about like there's an air about you that kind of reminds me of what was taken from me, and I don't want to translate that and like project that onto you. So if I seem that way, I'm sorry. I haven't really gotten to know you. However, from what you told me in the prison, I can see you've had a troubled past as well.
I want to like kind of sit up and look at like serious face and look at Aiden. And just tell him if you known the things I've done, we would not be here, and you would not be talking to me.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned in hearing you say that, I have in many ways learned to put the past behind me, except, like I said, that one, or I should say two occasions, it's very hard to put behind me. However, the past is in the past now, and what you do from now on is what I will look at.
What happened in your past? Did you say a group of tieflings or one tiefling in general?
Both times it was just one tiefling. I never managed to actually get a good look at him or her. I'm not even sure the actual gender. I just knew it was a tiefling. The last time we met, I managed to pull a cloak off of said being and could definitely make out it was a tiefling. But I will never forget those moments for sure.
I want him to like. I obviously have like a puzzled look on my face. I don't really say anything about that yet. But I want to tell him the truth of why I was in the prison, and that is that I did murder that merchant to get in the prison because I saw that merchant beat a boy who came and asked him for food. And
Is it a tiefling boy?
yes, it was a tiefling boy. Just a little boy asked him for food, and he kicked the child more than once, and hurt him pretty good. And I murdered that man.
Oof. Aiden is very. He's not like shocked, but he's like taken aback, and he says, "Look, I, in many ways, find myself judging good and evil, and
I just want to cut him off and throw him one of the gems I found and say, "What do you think of this?" like it never happened. Like that's when I cut him off and throw him one and say, "What do you think of this?"
I catch it.
He's opting out of the conversation.
It's like a gem.
Gems. I want to inspect the gem real quick.
Yeah, I too will inspect it. What can I roll for that?
Both make me an Arcana check.
Aha! Something I'm good at for once. I'm gonna roll a 1.
All right, Cody, you're taking a look at this. It's cut, but it doesn't seem like a gem that you have seen before. Strangely enough, Dajal, you don't either. You take a look at it, you're inspecting it even very closely, and you do feel like it does have an aura about it. Some kind of magical aura, but it does not seem recognizable to you.
I want to tell Aiden that I think there's more to these 3 gems than what we can see. And I tell him, I understand your distrust with tieflings. I've done a lot in the past to give people distrust in tieflings. And I want to tell him to hold on to that in case anything were to happen, and I trust him with it. So I only now have 2, and I gave 1 to him.
Okay. So go ahead
And
and
I
put it
just
in your
pass-
inventory.
And I just want to pass out.
Okay.
Just immediately start snoring.
I'm gonna put it in-
Conversation
I'm
done.
gonna put it in between like 2 plates of my.
Okay.
You're not wearing a bra.
Yeah.
You're
It's 2
like
it's 2 bras. Yes.
2 bras.
All right.
I'll get in my room, pretend I'm being there and stay there, and I'll just go and listen at the door after. Like when they're talking, I just listen at the door and trying to see when they stop speaking.
Mhm.
Give it
Alright.
a little time, and then.
So we know Dajal went straight to sleep. Aiden, did you go right to sleep after your conversation?
Do I get to hear what they say?
Let's check.
Before I do, I get all of my stuff like in order, and like for in the morning whenever I wake up to do my like prayers and all that crap to my God.
And all that junk. Yeah.
And all that junk, yeah. And I fall asleep pretty quick.
Okay. Yeah, if you wanted to go and listen at their door, Louis, go ahead and make me a perception check. All right. You do hear the tail end of their conversation at least, and you hear them both say that they are unfamiliar with this stone, or they don't recognize it, it seems, though you do hear that Dajal says that it seems like it's going to be important. It's meant for something. Cool. And then you hear that they both seem to be asleep. There's no movement, no sound.
Dajal passed out real quick.
Do either of you snore?
At least the inn is not. The inn is not named like squeaky doors or whatever. Just
The squeaky floorboards?
sheets, so that'll give me a chance to get in.
That's a good idea, though.
I don't think no.
Okay.
Think what?
I do not snore.
I snore.
Aiden
I
does
do.
not.
My guy does.
You
He
snore like a
sleeps
cow.
like a-
Got it.
Perfect. We'll make
Like
it
a
easier
brick.
for my stealth checks.
Yeah, alright. So you want to try and sneak into this room?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, did either of you think to lock the door? Would you have thought about that,
yeah.
or would you got lost in conversation?
Yeah, I definitely did not.
Okay.
I passed out too quick.
Okay.
Easiest lockpick in my life.
Yeah, you try the door handle and it opens. No squeaky doors here.
I am not even surprised. Keep these two. All right. I can perceive in the dark that where Dajal is and where Aiden is.
Yep, you're able to easily see where they are.
I will say this though,
Mhm.
and this is like a character trait. My Aiden always sleeps with his shield on top of him, like
Okay.
covering him up because that's his holy symbol.
Okay,
So like he's like so the gods will protect him.
gotcha. Alright, Lou.
Okay. I move up to Dajal, and slowly, of course, not making any sound, and wanna investigate where he left his belongings.
And Dajal, roll me a perception check.
Oh, well,
18.
you got my stuff.
Alright, you are able to head over there and you see that all his things have been unloaded on the side of his bed. And yeah, there they are for the taking.
I do not want his gold yet. I just want those 2 gems.
Okay.
Okay. No, I just want to take those two gems.
And you are able to open his gold pack. There's a bunch of gold in there. You see at least 500 pieces of gold, and sitting on top are the 2 black gems that he has.
Okay, take those gems.
You gonna take them? All right.
Yeah. And I wanna try and see if I know what these are for, if I can identify them.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check. Cool.
Close to the 20.
Yeah, you're able to check these out, and just like Aiden, they don't seem familiar. They don't seem particularly magical to you.
So, to me, as of now, they're not useful at all.
It would seem that way. You're not sure of the value of these stones, even.
Okay.
Though you think that they might be rare considering that you've never seen them before, but you're still not sure if anyone would even buy something that they don't know what it is.
What size are those? What size are those gems?
They're very small, like the size of a gem that would be set in a ring. Just kind of a gaudy, large for a ring, but about this big.
Okay.
Nice catch, Aiden. I just threw one of those at you earlier.
Right?
I was like, here, food.
Yeah, I wanna switch to the two gems on Deja for 2 ball bearing that I have in my bag,
Okay, you.
so that doesn't get too. Do they look like similar in color and?
One is a completely round silver ball, and one is a little black cut, like a typical diamond shaped gem. But they're actually not similar in weight, but you could put them in there.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Okay.
So you got 2 ball bearings.
Gems turned to ball bearing. What the
So
hell?
this is what they did.
Magical.
But I still have it.
I put
What?
2 ball
Interesting.
bearings in Deja's
Okay.
coin purse. I close up his purse.
Mm-hmm.
So he's still asleep, right?
He's still asleep.
I want to cut off one of his horn, or
But
no, I'm kidding.
Okay, you have to roll for it.
No. I was just curious about those gems. I'll try and close up to Aiden.
Okay,
See if I can find the gem that he had.
cool. Aiden, roll me that perception check, and roll me another stealth, Lou. You see all his things laid out. They seem to be in preparation for some kind of ritual in the morning, but
What kind of guy is that?
I don't know, man. So he's got all his stuff laid out, and you're able to find where he keeps all of his things. However, you don't see the gem anywhere.
I don't see the gem in his belongings.
No, they don't seem to be on any of his bags. You're sneaking through every single thing dude owns, every bag and everything, but you don't see the gem.
Aiden does not sleep with his armor, does he?
He does
sleeps-
sleeps with his shield. His shield is atop him, so he's hugging his shield to himself.
Okay. So I've only searched his belongings. Can I try and search on himself?
You can try. Okay.
Well, he's sleeping. It's pretty easy though.
I do have a big
He
shield
is wearing
on top of me.
chainmail and he's covered by a shield pulled tight against the bed. But you could try. Roll a sleight of hand, and Cody, roll me a perception with advantage.
Oh, he has advantage.
You are stirred from your sleep. You look up
So
and you see Louis
Louis.
Okay.
I want to
standing over you.
Is okay. I want to look up and say, yes.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
So I take one of the potion that I have on my backpack and I hand it to him. Do you know what that is? I hand him the yellow one.
I want to grab it. I might. What are you doing in my room at this hour?
Well,
This is a little forward.
I couldn't sleep. I want to know what that is. I was curious. I couldn't sleep.
And the talking doesn't wake me up at all.
Roll a perception check.
Oh, yeah.
You
So
were
I'm
snoring.
sleeping.
You are snoring. It's true.
All right, I'll stay asleep.
Yes.
I legit, all I wanted to do there was just open one eye, see Louis over top of the cleric, and be like, "What type of cleric are you?" And then go back to sleep.
Oh boy.
Would you like to try to identify this potion, or would you like to kick him out of your
Yeah,
room?
I will sleepily. Like, should I have disadvantage on this? Sleepily trying to figure out what kind of potion this is.
Yeah, roll me an Arcana with disadvantage.
You gonna help me, Aiden?
I will try and identify this for
Thank
you. It is
you.
very early. I don't
very
know why
much.
you're over my bed. This is kind of awkward.
People
it
might
is
think you're a
not.
floozy.
Wow.
Wow.
Door
Yeah.
was open.
Nice.
Well, this is.
Yes, nice job. Yeah, and you do recognize that as a potion of speed.
This is a speed potion. Could you please leave now?
Of course.
So you can
Of course.
change that yellow to a potion of speed.
So you know that yellow one? I hand him the blue one.
Look, I am a very tired cleric.
I got to know. I got to know.
This literally couldn't have waited until we woke up.
It could. All right.
I just gotta say it's kind of weird waking up with a lady in front of me. This is just still very weird for me. Can you come back in the morning and we can sort this out?
I wanted to know, but okay, I got my potion of speed. All right.
Trust me, I'll be more than
see
happy
that
to help you
Louis is
whenever I have all my faculties and whenever I'm, rested fully.
Mm-hmm.
I would be more than happy to help you out in the morning.
Lately, I was going for a walk. Oh wait.
Oh,
You can see that
in your
I
room.
see that. I do see that. Well, here, let me show you to the door. I wanna get up and.
Oh no need. Stay.
Oh, okay.
Stay in the bed. But this is kind of weird though, sleeping with your shield on. You
That
must really like that.
I've done it all my life. It's just it's I was kind of raised to do it.
Respect that.
Hey, thanks. Good night.
I appreciate what you did for me.
He just
today.
closes the door while you're talking. And
Great.
and Louis, you are in the hallway.
yes.
I'm standing in front of the door, waiting for those two to wake up and get out.
Are you taking your?
Standing there the whole night?
He takes his long
No.
8-hour rest
No.
at the door.
Is that what your guy does?
No, she spends she spends the night in her room,
Mm-hmm.
but at the expected hour she wakes up, get out, and is ready to move in front of your door.
So the new day has dawned. You all have leveled up. Congratulations, and you get those new spells and new feats and everything. And it's a new day. What would you like to do?
When I wake up, can I do a perception check to notice the ball bearings in my coins?
Before Dajal wakes up, I want to already be up and preparing all my spells and all that stuff.
Okay.
Doing my morning ritual.
I want to wake up as he's doing it, and just look at him and be like, "Oh, cleric by day, animal by night."
All right,
Gives a
so
little smirk.
as soon as I hear movement in their room,
Mm-hmm.
I knock on the door.
All right.
I want to answer since Aiden's obviously doing his morning ritual.
All right. You open up the door, and Louis is standing before you.
I got the blue potion in my hand.
Hey, what is this? Right away.
I just want to look at it and be like, Aiden, I think it's for you.
You can see that I'm all awake. I'm all there.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Roll me Arcana. You are able to recognize this blue bottle as a potion of healing.
That is a healing potion.
Roll again.
Boy, you're just ready and raring this morning.
Full
Huh?
of potions, huh?
That's a tricky one.
I'm watching Cody or Aiden investigate
Mm-hmm.
the potion.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an Arcana as well. Just from across the room, you're able to look at it and say, "Oh, that's a strength potion. I think, if I remember right, some kind of strength, something."
Something you wouldn't know about, huh?
Before you actually walk outside, you go
Alright.
downstairs. And
Okay,
on your
good.
way out, you see a pin board. And Louis, your attention is drawn to a poster on this pin board, which is in your handouts.
Interesting. Didn't see that yesterday. All right, missing person.
Would you like to bring the others' attention to it?
Do you guys know that person? Don't even know if it's a woman or a man.
Here, I'll share it with you guys as well. And so you see that Louis seems to be investigating something. Check out your handouts, and you see a poster on this pin board.
I asked Louis asked Dejal, is that someone you've killed?
Oh,
I just want
Does that ring a bell?
just look at him and ignore what he said.
I just put out the fire on your one horn.
Oh. Heel burns.
I want to ignore what Louis says and look at Aiden and say, I think we should help find this person.
Well, that is the name of my game.
We don't even know what is the reward.
The reward is helping someone, so that's good enough for me.
Bleh. Alright.
All right, I want to look at Louis and Dejal and say, you guys want to come with?
Oops.
You really want to go? You want to do that? I mean, we got slavers on our hand, and now you wanna.
Well, the way I like to see it, we can meet that bridge once we get there. Let's try and help some people. What do you guys say?
I want to look at Louis and be like, the way you act, you're so smart and tough. If we got slavers on our hand and there's a missing person, they might go hand in hand.
For once, the Tiefling makes sense. Jesus, I've seen it all. All right, let's go.
Alright, you guys make your way outside and you find the second dock. It's the middle dock on your map there. And you see a stall set up, and there's a woman who is selling some fruits there. That's at dock 2.
Where
She would be like
right here?
under the tree, kind of.
Oh, over here? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So
Louis backflips on top of the tree.
I climb up the tree.
Aha!
Before we left, I wanted to grab the wanted poster to take with us. I want to walk up to the woman and say, "Do you know this? Do you know this person? Do you know where this person may be?"
She, you notice that, in fact, she is a dwarf, and she looks up at your very tall self. She goes, "Aye, that's me."
What?
You're missing.
Oh, the person missing. It's my poster, I meant.
You're missing.
Oh,
The person missing. Can you help me out with any information?
Easiest quest ever.
Sorry.
What's the reward?
yeah.
I'm hiding. Don't tell
found
anyone
you.
where I am.
I want to say, so you put this poster up.
I did.
How can we be of service? We want to help you.
Oh my gosh, where do I start? My name is Helga. I posted the notice.
Okay. Well, Helga, you scared me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're looking for your son.
Yes, I'm looking for my son Hildel.
Hold on. Hildel?
Hildel. That's his name. Hildel Hobel.
Well, where was he last seen?
Last saw him at my village. We live in a dwarf village down the river.
About how far?
Oh, it's got to be a couple days' travel at least, going south.
Now, is that couple days by horse?
Oh, in a boat.
A boat? Oh, okay. Do you have any ideas where he may have went, if he was interested in doing anything? Like, what did you last talk with him about?
Last time we talked to our son, we kind of had a fight. My husband and I were talking to him, and we said that we would like him to undertake the family business of farming in our town, but he didn't seem very interested. We kind of scolded him, and that's the last we saw of him.
Yikes.
I wanna cut in and be like, what brings you here?
He went missing, it must have been 2 months ago now. I've already looked everywhere in my village. I've put up posters all up and down the river, and I just keep going farther and farther north, and as far as I get to the top of Leven, then I'll go all the way down the river and look all the way south.
Where do you think we could start looking for your son?
If you're very serious about helping me, and there is a reward, by the way, I can give you the only piece of evidence I have.
We will take it.
So she starts to pull a piece of paper out of her bag. She tells you that, by the way, her other son has gone missing as well, but that was a very long time ago.
What was his name?
Hindel.
The one that went. Wait.
One with the N
Hildel
and
and
the other one with the
Hindel.
L.
That's right.
It's very creative.
Kindel and Hildel.
That's right. That's my boys. Spitting image. They have their mother's beard.
Spit water everywhere.
I want to examine.
Spit.
I want to examine the note.
Go ahead and investigate it.
Oh, that's the note from the oldest one. Well,
It seems to have her oldest son's name at the bottom of it. He went missing a couple years ago, it seems, or at least a year and a half ago.
Investigation 4.
Investigating this note, and now Dajal is looking at this. Would anyone else like to look over his shoulder?
Yeah, I want to check it out too.
Okay.
I don't want to check it out just now.
Whatever.
I want to look at Helgut and point at the word reward on the sheet.
What is
it?
this,
It
though?
still has the sheet there. I'm gonna point at the reward there.
Yes.
Tell me about this.
Do you need help reading?
Tell me more about this. Is this what our time?
The reward is for any information you can give me about my younger son Hildel. But if you find him, there's an even greater reward waiting for you.
I hope we're talking about dwarven lost treasure.
Well, I have gold like anyone else uses. I have some family heirlooms, if that's what you're after. If you can bring me my son, I could make it worth your while.
This note.
Mm-hmm.
Can you read it to me? Because I don't speak that gibberish.
I don't understand it either. I don't know. All I can see is that my oldest son's name is on it. I'm not sure what it says. I've been trying since I found it. It doesn't seem to be any language that you've come across in the past.
Okay, so it's not infernal. I was banking on that. Why don't we go into the tavern?
I want to get with her and say, we're going to try and find your sons.
Thank you so much. You can take care of the note, but if you give up, please be sure to bring it back to me.
Oh, we'll find them. And then I want to...
Okay, if we give up?
With your phone.
It's happened.
Your sons are lost. I give up. It's
So-
been an hour. I tried.
I tried. Couldn't decipher this message.
I pull out my gold. Can
Hmm.
I do a perception check to see if I notice just reaching in to pull out the
Yeah.
ball bearings
Yeah,
in
go
my
ahead.
pocket?
Roll perception. You don't necessarily notice that the gems are gone, but you do notice that you have 2 ball bearings in your gold bag for some reason.
I'll just put them back in there, I guess.
Free ball bearings. Now, you could be like, that's weird that those got in there, and if you'd like to investigate further, you could, but...
My mindset right now is on the boy.
Okay.
I'll still remember that there's mysterious ball bearings in my pocket.
Hmm.
But we'll try to find this boy.
She wants to know if you would like any more information that she can give you before she starts moving on
Yes.
to the next port or anything to start putting up other signs.
Where is a good place to start? Like, does she think we should start at her village?
She is a dwarf, right?
She's a dwarf, and her sons are dwarves. She'll tell you that a good place to start is her dwarven village down the river to the south. It'll be on the east side of the river. It is called Hart Fjord.
I still want to see if we can find anyone in the tavern that might be able to decipher this message.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the note already. I'm a good detective.
And if we can't find anyone in the tavern, maybe we can hit up one of these sailor boys. Actually, let's make... Can we make 3 copies of it? That way we can each... let's not split the groups. Let's go to the tavern first. We can divide and conquer in the tavern, and then come out here to the port when we're done. And
As
see
you're heading to
what's
the
up.
tavern, I ask Aiden, going for another drink again? Kind of cleric are you?
I'll have you know I only had 2. how many drinks did I have last night? I definitely
Whoa
didn't
there.
get
She
drunk.
doesn't remember, so that's a bad sign.
No, I strictly holy water today.
I don't think you're supposed to drink that.
Holy water.
No, it keeps the clerics
It's
well on their
purchase.
toes.
Yeah. Okay. Detox. All right. Yeah. So you want to head back into the tavern?
Yeah.
The Crusty Juggler. We are
Yeah,
back.
it's almost like everyone is in the exact same spot when we left.
Even the bar is singing. She's singing the same song.
No, it's early morning.
I'm gonna head to the. Oh nope, she's gone.
She-
She's gone. I'll run over to the stage. Where is she?
Just,
I'm gonna go.
she sees you coming, she's like, poof, and she just disappears.
I go to ask these two gentlemen, right? Or I guess these three gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna head over to the bar.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bartender and what if he's there? Who's in there?
So all these people are here. These dirty day drinkers have come. It's early in the morning. It's like 8 a.m. The tavern does serve breakfast, so they are having just standard meals. There's no entertainment or anything like that. Just eating food. Seems to be a lot of people from the port, from the docks outside, just having breakfast before they head off down the river.
Nice, so the bartender might know something.
All right. So you approach the bartender.
Yep. Any dwarves? Any dwarves lately in here? Maybe you haven't seen them on the other side of the counter, but
No, I mean, in Canterdale we get all sorts, especially coming off the boats on the river. But sure, there were dwarves in here just last night, dwarves in here this morning for breakfast. There's always all sorts in here. I believe there's a dwarf lady outside, if you'd like to ask questions about dwarves.
I have this note here. I was wondering if you could tell me what it says. And I'm gonna slide it across the bar to him.
I have no idea what this is.
Alrighty,
It says
I wanna
Hindal at the bottom.
I want to slowly snatch it back. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
See you, fellas.
And I want to keep making my way down the bar. Yeah, and just keep approaching people.
I want to ask these dudes over here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if any of them know how to read it.
Sure. A couple of
Read-
sailors, yep, having breakfast. You've all made your own individual copies of this note down on pen and paper from the inn, or Aiden was telling me he'd like to do that. You could easily find some sort of a bit of charcoal or something or ink and quill to kind of copy that down. And you show it to them. There are a couple of sailors sitting at the table enjoying their meals, and it doesn't seem like anyone that you guys are asking have any idea what this is except for the name at the bottom. They don't recognize it as a name. They just say, well, it says one thing at the bottom.
I want to get impatient and use thaumaturgy to like yell.
Okay.
Where is she?
Just yell.
Where's Rachel?
on the paper. Where? Where? Hold up the paper and just yell. Can anybody read this? Not really in a threatening voice, but just a loud. You shall not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just yell. Can anybody read this?
All right, so people are properly spooked, and they you hear the sound of glasses chinking as they hit their tables, and they're pretty spooked about what just happened. And everyone and they look at your note, and all the people that you guys are asking, everyone you approach, no one says anything. They're either scared or quiet, or they just don't know.
After he does that, I want to say, if you know anything, we're not looking to harm anyone. We're just trying to find a missing person, and we think that this note may lead us to them. So if you could help us in any way, we would greatly appreciate it.
One guy in the back speaks up, and he says, "Who are you looking for?"
A young dwarf named Hildel. And his brother Hindel. Very similar names, I know.
He says, "Look, we don't know anything about this. We've been in town for weeks here on trade, and I mean, if you're looking for a dwarf, I'd suggest either the missus outside, she's been here a couple days, or you could head down to the dwarf village down the river, down south. You could probably rent a boat or something.
Well, thank you for your time. I really think this note is going to be a big part in helping us find them. But if you guys can't read it, just have to move on. Thank you.
I can barely read common, so.
I understand. I want to look to Dajal and Louis and say, do you guys want to try out on the docks?
For what? Renting a boat?
Oh, no, like asking people out there and then maybe getting a boat and traveling.
I just want to be like, I think we should just get a boat and skedaddle on down there. No one up here can read this, and this is all still in thaumaturgy because it's not been.
No one can read this. It's like, oh god.
And then I realize I'm still using thaumaturgy and be like, thank you guys for all your help.
Bartender's like, can you get out?
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. I ask Aiden if Aiden and Juricon we could have our yesterday's our friends from yesterday. They seem to own a boat. Maybe we can find them today. Maybe they haven't left yet.
Yeah, that might work, and maybe one of them will be able to read this note. I really think that this note is going to be the key to all of this.
Okay.
But
I want to just tell Aiden, yes, but I think to get someone to read the note, we have to go to that village.
well, I think
Well,
you're
you would
maybe
think that
right.
Helga would have given the note to everyone.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, wouldn't she have?
Yeah.
Like she's already done.
But obviously, her boy, who grew up in that village, learned this language from somebody.
My
So
reasoning
Maybe he's
for
not the
asking
one who
people on
wrote
the ports are there's so many. It's so diverse on the port. You have everyone from everywhere. Surely we can find someone sailing in or leaving.
Okay.
I explicitly tell Aiden and Deja that I do not think that going to the village right now is the best idea. We have resources here in town. We should try and find and look around.
I agree with that.
That's when they kind of go, oh, well, fuck me, right?
Yeah, I want to start scouting for people who don't like. This might be bad, but like people that don't look normal around here, like they would normally be around these parts. Like I want to start looking for, diverse-looking people from these boats to see
Yeah.
if maybe someone different that we haven't talked to, like maybe a different race or something like that, will be able
Wow.
to.
Check off racism too, cleric. Nice job.
There's a lot of activity going on this morning. People are about to head out for the day, about to head up and down the river, respectively. You see several vessels being loaded. Chief among them, these 3 ships. The first one, the lowest one, at dock number 1, you see a crew of otter folk, who
Cool.
are otters who can walk upright and talk.
Okay.
They're loading a bunch. They're small. They're otters, but they're rolling these big old barrels of alcohol up the gangway and onto their vessels. You also see a cat folk crew, and these are very humanoid-esque cats. You see among them a lion. There seems to be a tiger-type person, and a small domestic tabby walking on 2 legs up the gangway. They're loading.
Thundercats.
Oh, and they are loading boxes and barrels onto their ship as well.
I want to go down here and talk to Otto. Oh, wait. Do we see what's at dock number 3?
At dock number 3, you can see a mixed crew. You just see a general mixed crew of lots of different people. There are humans, and there are half-elves and half-orcs, things like that, dragonborn even, and they are loading their vessels. So there's a mixed crew, an otterfolk crew at the first one, and then a catfolk crew at the second.
I want to go to the mixed crew,
Okay. You head up to the 3rd dock.
mainly to the Dragonborn.
Okay.
I'm down here at the otter folk.
Okay. Louis?
I'm looking at the note. I think I can decipher it, but this is kind of meta, so maybe not.
If you think that you can decipher it, you can be doing that while these other 2.
Give me 2 minutes. I could, because I
You give it a try. You work on that while these two are at the ships. Dejal, you approach. There are a bunch of otters here. They're rolling these big things of alcohol up onto their ship.
I want to try to see if I can spot maybe a captain-esque person.
Okay.
A captain otter.
Yes, so you see carved into the name of this boat the Trusty Dusty. And, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, you seem to see an otter with a green bandana, and he seems to be ordering people around and telling them where to go in his little scratchy, snivelly otter voice.
I wanna go up to him, or pretty much just kind of. I want to walk up onto the ship, casual, not threatening, not. Just walk up to the ship and see if I can walk up to him and see if he can answer a few questions for me.
Cool. And as you approach, there are otter folk trying to roll barrels around you. Get out of the way! And they're not very happy with you being in their way. You're trying to sidestep them, and you approach what seems to be the captain. He says, Tiefling, what do you want?
I just want to. Oh, let me get on the boat. Aha!
Oh, he's at the end of the dock, actually, overseeing.
Oh.
So.
I don't get to get on the boat. No, I want to kind of get over there and just be like, hey, we just we're looking for 2 hobbit children, and it would be a big help.
Are they hobbits or
if
dwarves?
You could. Well, I put hobbits, but I think they're dwarves.
I think you're right.
They're dwarves.
Huh?
I think you're right.
They're dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Thanks, God.
it's dwarf. Let me.
You were just entranced by all those H's.
Yes. Okay, I want to ask him. We're looking for 2 dwarf boys, and we think a big part of this would be if you could decipher a note. Like, can any one of your crew decipher this and show them the note?
Stinky dwarves.
Oh,
Crew can't read. Nope, crew can't read.
is there any? I don't even know how to talk to this guy right now. Is there any? Can I try to see if he's? It's an otter version of Yoda right now. Can I see if he is
He's
lying?
trolling.
Can I even tell if an otter is lying?
Yeah, do an insight check on him.
Okay. Because at this point, I just went like, I can't tell.
I mean,
Otter, he's just otter poker face going on.
He's just very grumpy and seems to be like, wants you to get off his dock so we can get some stuff onto his ship. He tells you his crew can't read. He says, no, crew can't read. Can't help.
Can I look at his ship and see if I can't see anything suspicious in his ship?
Yeah, you can try to take a look at the barrels that they're rolling up into the ship.
Yes.
Okay.
What was that? Is that insight again?
No,
Or
roll me
perception?
an investigation check. Or perception, whichever.
Yeah. Investigation.
All right.
Guaranteed.
Most of these barrels are pretty barren. One of them seems to have some kind of writing on the lid of the barrel, and it seems to be scratched out, but upon further inspection, you can see that it's actually the Canterdale signet that has been tried to be scratched out.
So that's the same one that the guards had,
Mm-hmm.
right? I want to ask the captain, what are you doing with these barrels? Like, why? Like, straight up, I just asked. I'm a tiefling. He's nervous. I'm gonna use that to my advantage here. I'm just gonna like, what are you doing with these barrels? Are you stealing them or what?
No stealing. Doing our job. Get out of here, tiefling. Much work to do. Busy.
I want to see if it freaks him out like it does everybody else, apparently. I want to use Awakened Mind on him. I want to say to him, tell me the truth. What are you doing with these barrels? And why are you scrapping? Like, if you weren't doing anything wrong, you wouldn't have scratched the Canterdale symbol off.
You hear him in his mind, and he speaks back to you. His face still remains disgruntled, and he goes, stupid tiefling. Won't work on us. No tricks.
Son of a bitch. Okay, I want to walk away, and I'll catch up. I want to let the others know about down here. But we'll go to Aiden because
Okay.
as I was doing that, he's doing.
Meanwhile,
Other-
Aiden.
Yeah, so as I'm going around asking certain people from that crew, I think Aiden's coming to a realization what this writing might be.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to talk to that Dragonborn.
Okay.
I want to flag him down and say, pardon me, do you have a minute?
He kind of sets down his box and he crosses his arms. What is it?
My name is Aiden Ashwind. I'm a cleric, and I'm looking for a missing person. I was wondering if you could maybe help me get a sense of what this note could say.
Let me look at it.
I hand it over.
All right. He takes a look and I have no idea
Now-
what this is.
I don't either. However, have you ever heard of Thieves' Cant?
That depends.
I have that feat.
I think, like, judging on who we're dealing with, some people like to be kind of tricky. I think this may be in Thieves' Cant.
He hands it back to you and he just picks up his box.
Thank you for the help.
Mm.
I want to head back to Dajal and
Oh, you're right.
Louis, and I want to say, well, I haven't had any luck with this, but I like, for some reason I'm getting like a sneaking suspicion that this is some kind of Thieves' Cant or something, but I can't decipher it. Nor can I find anyone on this dock harbor thing to freaking decipher it as well. So, have you guys had any better luck?
All right. So Louis, in the meantime, what's going on, Louis?
This is going on.
What is this?
What is that?
Writing.
Why don't you go ahead and show it to them?
So then you come back to me, right? I'm still
Yeah.
by the tree. I'm like I'm sat by the tree next, like my back against the tree. And I'm just looking at the notes and gribbling around. So you come back to me, and when you come back, I tell you that I think you got it. I think I have some. I think I know the way.
Oh, shoot. I want to say you deciphered the message.
Not yet, but it's coming.
Oh,
Well,
And,
he's.
I want to show you that. It's on the bottom, Hindel. It shows the actual letters of Hindel and what they mean in the text up there. So there's like 6 letters there, and then you can you can pretty much assume that the first word is Hildel. So that will be some kind of language that the brothers had. He's referring to his friend as Hilda, because this is pretty much the same up there, Hilda, with the actual signature down there.
oh, shoot. Well, good job, Louis. I guess keep working on it, and we can see if maybe we can procure us a boat. For in the meantime,
is that like Thieves' Cant, or?
It is not. You don't recognize these symbols. You don't seem to be anything from the past. It seems to strictly be between these two people, at least as far as you know.
Okay.
So we're allowed to. I'm new to this. We're allowed to solve puzzles like this outside of like.
Absolutely.
Of course.
You can't Google
Oh.
stuff or like Google
No.
the meaning of this riddle, but yeah.
Like I want Dajal is gonna look at Louis and be like, "That's awesome! Like, way to go, thinking."
Nice job, Lou.
Stop disturbing me.
Lou, if you
Sorry.
open your character sheet,
Yeah.
if you look above your proficiency bonus, it says inspiration. Go ahead and check that inspiration. Yeah.
Whoa.
And that means you can have advantage on any roll you want in the future as a good job for figuring out that note.
But while he's doing that, I'm gonna go to Aiden and be like, "Hey, I think I came up with a plan to get us a ride down there.
I am all ears.
I want to go back down to the. I'll time out and say, hey, I think I have a plan, but let's go talk to these. Who did you just talk to?
You talk to the mixed crew. Down.
Talk to the cats first. See how that goes. but I have a backup plan if we can't, like, after we talk to them.
Sounds good to me. We head over to
much rather the cat people work out, because those otters. Oh boy!
You approach, and there are the tiny cat seems to be trying his best to carry a little sack with him up the gangway. The tiger.
Are these all tiny cats?
There's one that's a tabby cat, and he's very small. And there's a tiger.
But he's still like a humanoid one, right?
He's like a cat that's walking on two legs. Like a real cat walking on two legs.
Oh, snap.
Like no pants or clothes or anything?
The tabby cat has like a blue robe kind of thing. But no, none of the otters were wearing pants, by the way.
I want to stop the tabby. Hey! Precious! That's his name now. In my, just like, hey, what's your name?
It's actually Precious.
Who's asking?
My name is Dejal, and I'm just looking for your captain. At this point, we're looking for 2 dwarven children. And I think we're gonna have a clue ready. One of our buddies is working on the clue. But we may need a ride.
Alright, I'm gonna let you know right now that she never said that they were children. Anyway, so he's carrying this bag up the gangway. He's like, you said you need a ride? Where are you guys headed?
We are. Don't know. Do not listen to him. We do not know yet. We could be going either way. For all we know, we might not even be leaving this port at all.
We're leaving.
Oh, maybe. However, if we are heading in the direction that you guys may be, we were wondering if maybe we could join you for a trip.
Well, you'll have to talk to the captain about that. He's right over there. And he points to someone who is also, he's not really overseeing, he's making sure everyone's okay, but he's also helping them carry things onto the ship.
Nice guy.
And he is a very tall, very broad-shouldered lion with a glorious mane.
I'm just like, Aiden is in awe of this, like, that's cool. Lions.
I'm just like, I'm pretty much a devil boy.
I'm Hellboy.
Yes. I want to walk up to him and introduce myself. Mm-hmm. And ask him what his name is.
Hello. My name is Kova. How can I help you boys?
Cool name. What's the name of your ship?
It just gets better.
Thanks. It was a birthday present. Name of the ship is Pajamas.
Pajamas. Kova is your name?
Kova.
Cool. Man, that's a cool name. We were wondering if we might be able to come aboard your vessel for your next voyage. We are looking for these 2 dwarves, and we think that they may be in either direction at this point. And we were wondering if we could kind of stow away onto your vessel and catch a ride with you, if that would be okay. We can help move things or in any way we can, but
what was the name of the ship again?
Pajamas. Well, we are headed south. We're going to the ocean, as far as the river goes, and it lets out in the ocean. And if you boys are willing to pull your weight, we'll happily take you along. There's a lot of dangers out there, though, so we can always use an extra hand.
Well, we would be more than happy to help with that.
We're prepping at this point, but it is nice to know that we could hitch a ride with you.
You are standing on the docks, and from behind you, you hear Ashwind.
I want to swing around quizzically.
You look towards the mixed crew, and you see Bengar standing at the end of his ship, and he's waving at you. Hello.
Yes, Bengar. This was unexpected. Your ship.
Yeah, he starts making his way down the ship, and he approaches your dock. He sees the catfolk and gives them a howdy, and says, "What are you boys doing here? Shouldn't you be headed out of town, considering yesterday?"
You wouldn't be wrong. Actually, we found this missing poster, and we are trying to assist this nice dwarven lady with finding her two sons.
I see.
Yes. So, which way were you gentlemen heading?
Well, we weren't particularly going any direction, just sort of need to get out of here, reclaim a lot of our goods that were taken from us by the guards when our boat was impounded. But either way.
Well, do you think that you would have room for maybe 3 more aboard your vessel?
If you pull your weight, I don't see why not. We owe you boys a big debt.
Great. Well, right now we have one of our own working on a cipher, and hopefully he will be able to solve the puzzle, and maybe we'll be one step closer to finding these boys. But until then, if you could just hold on a few more minutes, I think that we're getting ever closer to finding out some kind of solution here.
Well, guys, you're working on your cipher. You have 2 decisions. 2 boats have said they will take you south.
I want to yell over to Louis. How's it coming, buddy?
Almost there.
See, I expected a shut up.
I'm working!
Shut up. I know what it's about. It's just a matter of you shutting the hell up.
I want to look at Aiden and be like, "Do you want to see something funny?" And take him to the first boat. To the water people.
Okay.
I really want to take him to the first boat.
You approach all of these otters. Few of them wearing pants. Too few for you to be comfortable. They're very short, just regular otters standing on 2 feet. Can Dejal make me a history check? Dejal, you have heard of otter folk before. You have never seen them, but you do know that they are able to walk and talk because an otter somewhere way down the line was cursed by a sorcerer to be able to speak, and it became hereditary somehow, and when they started mating with regular otters, otters were granted the ability to speak. So they still have the constitution of otters with the voice of a man.
Cool. So Aiden just walks up with the jaw to these otters that are walking and talking like normal people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy,
They're busy. They're rolling stuff on, and the captain's like, "Hurry up! Hurry!"
Aiden has never seen this before ever, and he is just stunned by this. Like, these otters are talking, moving. Beryl, this is great. Otter people, you are amazing. What is this? What is going on?
Busy, very busy. Want to help?
I want to real quick nudge Aiden real quick and point down to the barrels with the scratched off symbol on them.
I want to inspect it.
You're able to check out the barrel, and he points you to it, and you see several of the boxes and barrels they're bringing him seem to have the Canterdale signet on them, which is just a blue rectangle with a vine going up it.
Is it like intact or like scratched off?
It does seem like they are trying to smudge it out, hide it, cover it up with stuff, depending on the box and barrel.
I want to point that out and say, what is that? That is what kind of operation do you otters have going on here?
Tasty operation.
I wanna nudge Cody and use Awaken Mind and tell him to show them the Canterdale crest that he has.
Oh yeah, on the back of my shield.
Yeah.
I will never get used to this mind speak that you use, but okay, I will show them. I flip my shield around and say, "Isn't this the same symbol that's on those barrels?"
You're trying to snuff out?
Yeah, that you're trying to conceal in some way.
Are you a guard?
You a cop? No, I just aim to do what's right.
I just want to look at him and be like, now you want to be a cleric?
I've always been this way.
These are gifts from Duke. Yes, Duke Landon. Presents.
Gifts from
no.
Duke.
Duke Landon is like the who is Duke Landon?
So you are in the
He is-
dukedom of Leafen. So it's like a king granted this land to Prince Landon, Duke Leafen. Excuse me. Basically, a king has granted land to his son.
Okay.
And this is all in your Canterdale, in your
Yes.
Leafen packet.
Why would the Duke give you barrels? What have you done for him?
Best friends. Otters bring much trade to city.
So
Why would you need to scratch them out if the Duke gave them to you?
Duke has best tasting alcohol. Best tasting alcohol. Don't want anyone to steal it.
Yeah. I don't know enough about this situation to really act on it, but I do not smell what the Rock is cooking here.
If finished, have much business to attend.
Look, I don't know if I agree or disagree with what you otters are doing. I think it is cool that you are otters that can walk and talk. That is great. But the legitimacy of your business is calling into question. I will come back to you. Don't worry. I won't forget about you, otters.
Good thing we're leaving. Good thing we're leaving.
I want to hold up my gold pouch and jingle it and say, "Do you like gold?"
Like, I thought you were doing that because it's an otter. Like hey, otter. Hey, should I go you?
Like a cat.
No, like, do you like
Wrong
gold?
boat.
Gold? What do you think we are? Some kind of smelly humans?
I don't know if that's a yes or a no, Otter. Do you like gold?
Otters don't deal in gold.
What do otters deal in?
Clams. Clams!
They didn't clams.
I got nothing. Hopefully we'll see you soon, Otters. I have nothing to...
I want to go to the back of their boat and kind of etch out like an X on it. So like I know where it is. And anytime I see that boat and I see that X, I'll know it's their boat. Aside
You're
from
gonna-
that,
You're gonna
Like,
put
so-
an X on their boat?
yeah. Just so like I know in the future, like this is the otter's boat. And
Do you inform me of what you're doing?
oh
or
yeah,
no?
I'm gonna say, are we still in the mind link?
Yeah, because I'm still with you, and like you're the last person to
Okay,
talk.
I'm gonna say, Dijal, I don't. These otters are crazy. I don't know what's going on here, but I want to mark their boat. So if we run into them in the future, we'll know how to better, assess the situation.
Well, while he goes to sneak to the back of the dock to etch an X in there, I want to use thermotherapy to cause like a lion's roar at the front of the boat to try to freak them out and get them all to look that way.
Alright, so you're gonna make a lion's roar, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
And while he's
Gotcha.
doing that, I want to mark the X on the back of their boat and then an L on the back of the cat's boat too.
Louis, as you approach, you hear this really loud lion's roar from the front of the otter's boat, and all the otters' hair stands up, and they go, and they all freak out. One of them drops their barrel, and it just shatters, and the captain puts his head in his hands, and he says, "Wrap it up! We go! We go!"
I just think to myself, I leave them for 5 minutes, and that's what they're about.
So the
What
otters
was in the
start,
barrel?
it was some kind of brown foaming liquid.
Root beer. All right.
Root beer.
So
The beer
they
root.
start pulling up the gangway, and they're ready to get the heck out of here.
Did Cody succeed?
Oh yeah. Well, they're distracted. They're all busy putting on these barrels. They got scared of the cat noise, and here comes Lou walking up.
All right.
Ah, Louis,
What's up,
Oh,
Louis?
yes.
have you brought
So-
good news?
So Louis, my character rarely smiles. In fact, you've never seen her smile before, but now
Okay.
she smiles.
Do you pull down your scarf just to show this?
Oh, you're right. You don't see it, but you can see it from the top of my.
Like you can just tell, like your cheeks are.
You smile with your eyes.
You're just like
Smiling with those
Giggling.
eyes.
Yeah, I don't say a word. I show you the actual paper that we've mimicked, and well, you can read in chat what it is, what it's written in there.
The mother found this note, right?
She found this note.
So my
So
first
he
reaction would
gave-
be to ask Helga about the if she knows anything about some kind of emerald eyes.
Lou, I don't want Louie. I don't want to take this away from you. You ask her. You just deciphered that thing while me and Cody played with otters.
That's true.
All right, so I come in. I get you're playing with others. Is she still here? Helga?
Yes, she is still there, and she's selling her fruits. And she says, "Oh, do you have information already?"
I just straightforward show her the actual note with the message deciphered and ask her if she knows anything about what's written in there.
Okay, so she takes a look and she mumbles as she reads it out loud, and she curses herself and says, "Oh, I should have known better."
You gotta be more specific here.
Well, my boy Hindel said, well, he was hanging out with some boys who were interested in this farm down the river. Apparently it's this really great place to live. It's very nice, and it's kind of a communal living sort of place. And Hindel said he was interested in it, but I didn't think he would go with those boys in the village. They seemed rather stupid, to be frank. And I had checked there asking for my boy Hindel before, but they said they didn't see anything of him at the farm.
And where was this farm at?
It's down the river past our dwarf village, on the opposite
the
side of the
south.
river. It's to the south and to the west, on the west bank of the river, and it's called the Emerald Eyes, and it's just a farm.
Oh,
It's supposed to be really
Well,
nice. I've been there.
Well,
It's
guys,
beautiful.
I think we're going to the Emerald Eyes.
And
oh, you mean we're going on the boat south?
so when it's written here, I made it out.
Like I want to do the
You know
first
what
place.
he's referring to?
Sorry.
I
made
made it out.
Was he in some kind of organization, criminal organization, some kind of cult, some kind of?
My boy Hindel was a wonderful boy. If he said I made it out, I assume he's talking about leaving his father and I, and saying he'll come back for his brother. But I don't know. I don't know what the spies bit is.
Did
I don't
you-
know.
He
Did you
fears
in
spies.
Did you and the father fight a lot?
No, I respect
Oh,
my
you're-
husband greatly.
Did you guys
Well,
ever felt like you were being watched?
I don't think so. We're just farmers. Why would anyone do that?
We got some weird people in this world.
Yeah, did you see the otters over there?
Crazy. Crazy stuff. Well, I feel as though this is a really good starting point for us, and I think that we're one step closer to finding your sons. So,
That's excellent.
are you going to be here for a while? That way we know where to find you once we do.
I'll go whatever you want me to. If you'd like me to wait here, or I can wait south in my home village.
I would say go to your village. That way, if there's anything we think of to ask you, you're not far away.
Okay, I can
Yeah.
do that.
Good idea.
Eat it,
I'm on board.
cleric. I'm sorry. If you'd like, you can just travel with us.
I need to wrap up my stall and get my things together. When were you headed out?
Immediately.
Yeah,
How
did
quick do you
y'all
want your boy back?
We do not intend to stay here for long, anyways.
make me a perception check?
Perception? Why me all the time with the perception? It's not good.
It's -2.
Nice. You from the corner of your eye, you
It's a
look at
hard 12.
you look back at the inn, and you see
Uh-huh.
there is a board outside, kind of like inside just a pin board on the wall. There's like a sign, a wooden sign where notices are pinned up, including Helga's flyer. She has a different one out there. And you see a guard, and he is starting to nail a third poster And you are not sure what it is, but he's nailing some stuff to this board.
I just want this corner right here. There's a poster, right about here?
No, it's at the inn across the street.
Oh,
So
okay. I want to try to get on this bush here and see if I can see.
Get on the bush?
Get in the
You're
bush.
Fortniting that
Tiny
shiz.
Tiny
Yeah.
bush.
I want to see if I can read it. Oh, jeez.
Alright,
It's better than a 12.
yeah, so this guard is kind of standing actually in front of the posters as he's nailing them. You can't really make out exactly what is on them, but there are 3 posters
3.
that he has
Oh
put up.
boy. How far away are we from that corner? Hold on. Here, you're right
I can
there.
make the sound of broken glass in
So,
the
so
inn.
at this point, do we
Well,
see the
then they'll be
guard?
looking our way. I want you to.
I'm in a bush.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying what I want to do is I want you to make that distraction, and I'll run and grab the signs off the poster board and see what they are, and then run back to us.
Why not wait? So at this point, can I speak to them? Why just guys hide and wait until he leaves? We're prisoners. How do you say that? We evicted prisoners?
Escaped convicts.
Escaped convicts, yeah. Just hide and wait. I don't want to get caught again, do you?
Yep.
I guess we were never convicted of anything.
So you wait,
Or-
actual seconds, and the guard is done, and he takes his roll of papers and his hammer and his nails, and he walks away up the path to the left, so...
Oh, that was boring. I'll walk up to the poster and see what they are.
Yes.
I don't even want to know what's in the poster. I'm just in here.
Alright, Louis chills out under the tree. You guys head up, and you see...
I'm helping Helga with her stuff.
Oh, collect your things. All right. Over here, you see that you each have a pretty picture on this board. Each saying "Wanted criminals against the dukedom," and it says "reward" at the bottom.
I want to run past Louis and what was her name? It was
Helga?
Before he does that, I'm gonna grab all of them off.
Okay.
That
He collects.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to run past. We're leaving now and head up towards Ben Kurz.
We're leaving.
Do we have to leave on boat or?
We have to go down the river.
What would you like to do?
You guys didn't tell me that you found a way out with the boat.
I'll run by. Hey, Louis, found Ben Gur. He's up here. We gotta go now. Lou's just hanging on the back.
I'm
Where's the
on
old lady?
I'm doing the Titanic
old lady?
over here.
She's still trying to gather her things.
Helga, meet us down at your village.
Stay in the village. Bye.
Okay. I'll meet you there. Thank you so much. And she waves at you.
Don't
Alright.
worry about why we have to leave so fast. We really want to find your son.
Okay, well, she thanks you and she waves you off and says, I'll be behind you. May the wind be at your back. So,
I don't know what that means.
there are sails on a boat. It should be behind you.
I'm not a pilot of boats.
I'm a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
Okay.
I don't like water very much.
Okay, guys, you are on this boat. Kova.
You're shouting you don't like water. It's really important for me. This is gonna bring up a whole chain of events.
You have revealed that you do not like water. Casually.
I didn't reveal all
No.
of it. They don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really fond of water. All
I
right,
know enough.
gotcha.
Lou knows me. Lou knows me personally and knows what's up.
Well, as you head onto your boat, Bengar welcomes you, and he starts introducing you to different members of the crew, the Dragonborn, and they start taking up the gangway from the dock, and it seems like they're ready to set sail. You see that the otter boat has already started to pull out, and that
Can I look at it? Is it funny seeing otters jump around?
They are like trying to pull down the sails, but the ropes are just like swinging them around, and they're like,
Oh man.
There's like one up in the crow's nest that can barely see over the crow's nest, and it's just. But then there's one like Captain Jack Sparrowing it up on top of the crow's nest.
Aiden is still just amazed by this, like just looking like, how?
There's like 3 otters on top of each other to turn
Oh, that's cute. In a trench coat. No, okay.
Yeah,
so,
right?
So,
My tiefling is rolling on the floor right now.
Kova is standing at the end of his dock where his men are still rolling barrels up, and he's just like, goodbye.
Oh, sorry.
Just yell to him, hey, we found a ride.
I didn't
But
forget
thank
about
you.
Maybe we'll.
This guy's a buddy of ours. We don't know you, but thanks anyway.
He says, no hard feelings, and he waves you off. He continues picking up 2 barrels on each shoulder, and he starts walking up his gangway.
I
Thinking
hope we
about
see
it,
you
I
again.
think he was probably the most noble of the 3 ships. Crap.
The least piratey.
We're boarding a
We're on the wrong ship.
I wasn't.
his ship.
You're just like, wait a second, never mind, take us with you.
Yeah.
How far away are we?
Measure it, and you could jump on their ship. All right, so we're on this boat, guys. You're on a mixed crew. There's all sorts. There's a bunch of humans, and Bengar calls for everyone to start, lower the sails, and let's push off.
I literally want to be like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Start pulling on a
I'm just
rope, and
legging
Bengar
a
is
rope.
like, don't touch that.
Just
Aiden
Do you
is
want to
not
help?
great
Do you want a
around
very
water,
important job?
So I'm gonna ask to go
Yes.
down in the.
don't give me anything I
bottom
can
deck.
break.
All right, so he tells you, go ahead down deck. Snibbles will show you to the quarters, and he tells Dejal, if you'd like a very important job, you can stand at the back of the boat and count how many potatoes are in that barrel.
I just want to put my head down and slowly walk to the back of the boat.
3, 4.
I'm using my tail
Okay.
to point.
Captain.
All right, Louis, what would you like to do as we start to push off?
I'm in the front here. I kind of
That's
want
the
to
back of
jump
the boat?
up on top of the
Crow's nest.
Crow's nest.
yeah. I want to be there.
All right, so you'll climb up those ropes and do some flippy flips and head up the crow's nest.
Not
And
fall.
would you like to check if you fall?
No.
Okay.
Do not.
I'll let you have it. We're on a grand adventure down the Aran River. And
Oh,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
even
Aiden's
have
way-
the
oh.
boat.
the boat.
Is this
Aiden's
this
here, I
underneath?
guess.
Wait,
That
wait,
is down below deck. And so Snivels is taking Aiden down here. And he says that the last 3 bunks,
Yes.
feel free to take any of those. And yeah.
Will do. I'm way more comfortable on a horse than on the sea.
I want to go over. Where is Louis? Is he still? are
He's
we
up on
still
the
upstairs,
crow's
or we-
nest.
I'm on the
Oh, we're all.
So at the
okay.
front of the boat, that's above deck, and at the back of the boat, that's below deck. But if you want to tell me I'm on the upper deck at the back, just tell me.
Okay, so do I see Dejal down there, or he's in the?
Well, you can see him at the back of
He's
the
down below
boat
deck,
with a
right?
sad head pointing to a
I'm
barrel
not-
of
yeah.
potatoes.
Okay. I want to do something. I want to take one of those ball bearing I have in my bag. I
Uh-huh.
want to throw it to Dejal. I'm up there. He doesn't see me, right? I'm hidden. He hasn't seen me.
I mean, you could duck down in the crow's nest
Yeah.
and just throw some ball bearings down.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as soon as I throw one, I
Mhm.
hide in the crow's nest.
Okay. Make a performance check. So you throw the ball bearing down, and it whizzes right past Dejal and lands in his barrel of potatoes.
Do I know where it came from?
You
Or
noticed
it was-
it landed in the barrel, and you were looking down at the barrel, so it just came from up. Whether someone Kobe'd it or you don't know.
I want to turn around and just be like, WTF? For the tiefling? Is there no other tieflings on this boat?
There are no other
Is that why?
tieflings on the boat, but you do see a human.
There is a dragonborn.
There is a dragonborn.
I just want to hold it up and be like, who threw this? This could have hurt real bad.
And there's a human just like snickering. He knows who threw it. He saw, but he's just laughing at you. He shakes his head.
I wanna, like, I'm really good at intimidation.
Mhm.
I haven't used it yet. I want to use awaken mind on this human dude
Jesus.
and
Christ.
tell this dude who threw it.
Where is she?
Legit rope, rip your throat out right now.
Yeah, betting them. Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm mad. I almost got hit with a ball bearer.
You don't even
With, like, a
You
tiny-
don't even know why you're mad. You don't even know that you lost your gems. You just know you have 2 ball bearings in your bag. That's all.
That's
No,
true.
I'm talking about.
Who's trying to give me
no,
all these ball bearings?
Well, I mean,
I'm just messing with
At this
you.
point, you're
I
just
don't know- I
collecting
don't
ball
think
bearings.
everyone-
as far as I know, I don't even know you have ball bearings.
I know.
That's why I don't. So I want to like. I don't. Okay, I won't threaten him. I just want to be like, hey, who threw that? In like my awakened mind, but a real mean stare, like.
In his brain. Okay. Welcome to the ways of the water. I better get used to it. We pull a lot of pranks on this ship, and it will be the
I
first
wanna
of
be-
many.
I just want to be like, I've been around a few pirates before, and pull out a gold piece,
Oh,
a gold coin.
Is that
wanna
what you
buy all my
think?
ball
Is
bearings
that
for
what
a
you
gold
think
piece
we are?
each?
Pirates?
I want to say, abso-freaking-lutely. Do you want it or not?
I sure do. Give me that. It was that guy up there.
Come get me, bro.
It's like being on a boat with Jack Sparrow.
Yeah,
Okay, he points. I gotta take a gold piece off now. It's lost one.
you do.
I just want to look up, see Louis.
You don't see me. I'm
And
sitting in the basket.
Oh, he said that guy up there. You
He
said
might
you're
be.
still
He's
in the
hiding. He said he was hiding,
Okay,
but he
okay,
just
so
points at the
he's
crow's
hiding.
nest, so you don't know who's
I
in the
look up.
crow's nest.
I look up and I want to try to like throw the bearing up there.
You're good.
Make a performance check. Nice. Yeah. You take your like 3 fingers and chink and toss it up there, and it does manage to plop in the crow's nest. It does not hit you, Louis, but you hear it down on the wood floor of your crow's nest.
Sweet. One more ammunition.
And then as I throw it, I want to pretty much just be like, I'm not counting potatoes and walk down below deck.
yeah. Screw guys, I'm not doing this anymore.
Okay. So you head below deck, and you see Aiden there with Snivels and a couple other guys claiming their bunks. He says that the last 3 bunks are y'all's for the taking, so you can claim a bunk if you would like. The last 3 on the left.
I want to walk up to Aiden and be like, there's some jerk up in the crow's nest throwing bearings down at people. What a douche. Like,
I'm just like swinging back and forth in my bed hammock, like, yeah, that sucks, man. I don't like this. I don't like being here. I don't like being on the water. I
Make
just
me
gotta
a Constitution
that's
check,
a
Aiden.
bummer.
Wow.
Aiden. You stepped on this boat like 17 minutes ago, and you're already green. Like,
Ugh,
you don't
yeah.
feel good.
It's not great.
You're like in your hammock with a bucket. Like, that's great, man. Nice ball bearing. That's great.
Yeah, not feeling hot. Not feeling good.
I want to be like, you're all right? What's wrong, buddy? What's is that?
No, not now.
Yeah, no. Maybe later, please. Thank you.
You
I
want
wonder if I have any.
to
spells.
chit chat? You want to chit chat?
Wanna talk about it?
I can barely keep down the water I had earlier. I don't think that. Whoop, just start throwing out.
Oh
just start puking.
no! Dishal is like, I'm out. I'm out. Like,
I want to check out what's back here. while he's puking his brains out.
All
Do you want
right.
to check out
Is
his
this
dinner?
is this door locked?
No, it's just an open doorway. There's like a curtain, like a rod, but you can easily move it aside, and you hear the clanking of a knife against the counter, and you peek inside, and you can see the human man there, just cutting up some potatoes.
Ah,
Aren't you supposed to be
I
cutting these?
used to cook, you know.
What?
Oh, really? And who?
You used to cook people with your Eldritch Blast.
Oh my god.
He goes,
Oh,
and who would you be?
My name is Ajal.
Dejal. Welcome
And
aboard.
I used to make pretty good stew back in the day.
Really?
You
Nope.
Nope.
Nope, no.
No.
I lied.
No, I can't cook at all. The last time I ate a good meal was when my last lover, Demea cooked for me.
It's been a while, hey?
It's been a while. There's been a few D's in there.
Oh,
Demea.
gotcha. All right.
Let's-
Well, maybe I could show you some time if we're not too busy on the waters.
Yes. I guess I will. I want to go pat Aiden on the back and say, there.
Okay.
So, wait, Aiden's like down for the count, can't talk at all, right?
He could probably manage. He got a lot of it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I can move around
He's
now,
still not
but
feeling well, but
still
he's
feeling pretty
he
crappy.
doesn't have his sea legs yet.
Yeah.
Pretty much just sit down with him and be like, Have you ever loved once?
What?
Have you ever had a love?
Oh man.
Because now I'm reminiscing over the convo I just had with this guy.
I never really had time for romance and all that, when trying to be a knight. And then I actually grew up. I trained to be a knight, and ended up that religion found me. So, that's what happens. And whenever you're a knight, you don't have much time for the ladies. Whenever you're in the religion, you don't have much time for the ladies.
So you say religion found you. Is it
yes.
hard for you to talk to someone that looks like a devil?
Well, believe it or not, no. I've encountered many a people in my travels. In the church that I was with, actually, we had a few tieflings in it. Believe it or
I want
not.
to, like, while he's talking, like mid-sentence, I want to check to see if anyone's around us, like close within hearing range.
Below deck, there are a couple of guys hanging out in their hammocks, not too near you, kind of in the bottom right corner of the ship. But you see Snivels just hanging out, and he seems to be mopping. Seems like that's his job around here, and it makes sense considering your past encounter with him.
Yes.
He died.
So I wanna
and was
check her out.
revived for mopping up the ship.
It's an important job! Someone's gotta do it!
Then I want to look at Aiden and be like, what happened in your past with this tiefling that you speak of?
Well, whenever I was younger, I was training to be a knight like my father, Braun Ashwind, and we actually came from a noble family, and he was the basically the hand of the king. He trained me, and the king actually had a little bit of a hand in training me in a little bit of combat. But spent about 30 years training to be a knight, and one day I basically left to get pretty much it was like a bringing in, like, I went out to do like my first real mission to be a knight, like to get my knighthood. The king sent me on, and I had a bad feeling then. And when I came back from it, there was pretty much my whole town in flames, and I ran back to see if I could save the king first. And in there was the king and my father, both dead, with that same tiefling hovering over them. And he couldn't even stop whoever the tiefling was. And my father was a greater warrior than I. So after that, I was lost for a few years, and I made my way into the church. And I was with them for around 30 years as well, training to be a cleric. And it fit. I was helping people and doing what I needed to do. And then almost just exactly like that happened 30 years later, almost to the same day, the church sent me out, and I got almost out of the town, like right past the town's walls, and I heard a voice. It sounded like my king, telling me to go back, and I didn't want to go against the church's direct order, but I felt like this was something I had to do, so I raced back, and just like 30 years before, that town was burning as well. So I raced back to my church first to see if they had any answers, and in the church was that same tiefling, and having a little bit more training this time, I managed to get to him or her, still no clue about who it was, and ripped off their hood and saw that it was in fact a tiefling, and then they were gone. And ever since, I've been trying to find out who this tiefling was and why they were destroying what seemed to be everything that I had taken in to my life. So ever since, I've just been helping people and doing all I can to save people. And yeah, there's a lot more to it, but I am still feeling like garbage. What?
This is nuts.
I told you.
I want to, like, Gabby knows why I'm doing this. Sick or not, I want to grab you, like, forcefully, like, not meaning to, but, like, grab you, like, hard and start and be like, how long ago was this? How long ago did the church burn down?
A couple years, give or take. I really haven't kept track since then. I've been kind of lost since that happened, just wandering around, taking odd jobs here and there aimlessly.
Like, not thinking his actions through, not really threatening, just more concerned. I'm shaking Aiden, like, pretty much like, who was it? Was it a man? Was the tiefling's name Visago? Like, shaking you.
I genuinely don't know. I just caught that it was a tiefling, and like, as weird as this sounds, they definitely looked powerful. Like, I couldn't even really touch them, so I couldn't tell you. They didn't say a word. I was there. I got the hood off, saw it was a tiefling, and gone. Trust me, I would have liked to have asked it a lot of questions. Well, after I, smote it.
I just want to kind of go in my hammock and, like, just sit there for a minute and just...
Dude, I need a cigarette.
Just, like, angrily
I will say,
sitting there.
It's weird. I don't actually like to talk about that stuff, but for some reason, I have a sense of, like, trust. I don't even know why. You're a tiefling. No offense.
You say that to me, and, like, in the state of mind I'm in after you just said all that to me, all I do is tell you, you shouldn't trust me. You don't know the past I have, and I just, like, kind of blank stare off at good old crocodile face over here mopping.
Snivels, like, overheard everything, and he's just like, he knows that whatever it was like,
I wanna
really
like,
important, but he's just like trying not to let you know it's heavy, man.
And be like, I think you missed a little bit.
Clean
Let's know
clean
my
floor.
vomit first, Snivels.
He bows to say thank you, and he just like furiously mops. Like,
But
Louis,
yeah,
what's
that
going on up
definitely
top?
shaped me. Yeah, Louis, what's up?
Louis missing out on all the exposition. He has no idea
For
about.
real?
And
Oh, he wasn't even there for a first talk, huh?
mm-mm.
I was gonna say maybe there's like a can with like a string going down to the thing that Louis is just like, oh, this is good stuff.
It's just a cup on a string.
But
It's a cup on a string, and
A pirate walks by and he just cuts it.
Snivels picks it up, and he's like,
did you catch all of that?
All right, what's going on up there, Louis?
Honestly, I'm staying up there and just doing my own business.
You're just
That's
checking out what's going on?
I like the height. I like the wind.
Sounds good.
I
Well,
just realized Louis had to sit through like 20 minutes of banter between
that's
Jal and anyone. Is it just?
no. You got Snivels. You got let me mark them. You got a few guys just chilling in like odds,
Okay.
here and
Can I
there.
do a perception check to see how shady? I mean, it's perception. It's not going to be good, but just to see how shady of guys we're with.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like we saved 2 pirates
Mm-hmm.
from being, yeah, like.
Okay, with a 15, yeah, you look around and there are, the Dragonborn has come down and taken the bunk nearest the door. There are a couple of humans here and there. There's an elf across the way, all the way at the top right corner. But no, everyone seems not shady. They're not missing a bunch of teeth. They're not missing limbs and stuff. They don't seem dirty or disheveled. They don't seem super rich. It almost seems like this lifestyle was a choice. And they're here not for the sake of escaping anything, but more for just being pirates in general. That may be the lifestyle.
Nice.
Everyone seems fairly respectable. I would see the most shifty looking would be the kobold, which is very unusual in like even in the city that was as mixed race as Canterdale. It's extremely strange to see a kobold, which is usually a henchman-like character, just doing servitude. So.
Talking about Sniffles?
Snivels.
I don't
I mean,
trust him.
he is a henchman. He's mopping floors. In the
Hey!
closet.
This is proud work. He left a life of that
Hey,
behind.
Well,
Oh, wait. Are there more? Is it just like a static? Is there another level?
I don't have another level map, but there are stairs going down, and there are
Yes.
stairs going up as well.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
There's like a bridge up there. Being up there, I see Deja moving around, trying to sneak around under the bridge, under the deck.
Okay.
And I think he's shady for me. He's hiding something.
Jal in general just seems shifty.
Yeah.
Okay.
He seemed to be doing some nasty stuff, maybe summoning demons and
That's a fair assessment.
Jesus.
so many more of his kinds.
I want to go up to the main deck.
You want to go up? I thought we were going down.
He is
Well, I have to
coming
go up
up
to
the
go down.
stairs from the bunks, and to go down, he has to go to the main deck. So
I can still see him, right?
you can see him coming up the stairs to the main deck. So yeah, and the main deck does go across the entire ship, but as this map shows, it's just flat above where the bunks are and the kitchen is.
So on the main deck, then I'll walk across.
Mm-hmm.
And then go down these stairs.
Bingar does stop you, and he tells you, there's no need to go down there.
what?
Why, Bengar? Why is there no need to go down there?
It's just storage. And we'd rather our supplies not be rifled by people who were in prison moments ago.
What?
So were you, Bengar. So
You're not
were
wrong,
you.
but also pirate.
You wouldn't be here if it weren't for us, Bengar.
Would you like a tour of below deck?
Yes.
Okay. lead the way.
Oh boy. All right, I go down.
Okay.
I want to follow them. I can see them, right?
Yeah, you can see them heading down the stairs there.
Yeah, as he leaves, I'm feeling a little better, so I'm gonna like get up and
Oh
start
yeah,
walking
puke
around.
boy. I feel bad for Sniffles cleaning up all your mess.
Sniffles need something.
Why me? Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna just go up and get some air on the main deck.
Okay, you're gonna go up on the main deck, and as you're out there, you do see Bengar treading down the stairs with Dejal.
Okay.
And Louis, you managed to climb down. Would you like to... They have descended down the stairs. You can no longer see them, but you know that that's where they went. Would you like to follow them?
I want to follow them, but I want to be hidden. I don't want them to see me or hear me.
Okay, cool. And Aiden, you're just chilling on the top deck in general?
Yeah, I want to go in front of the stairs, like looking out of everything, just to like keep an eye out for stuff.
Okay. You head downstairs and you see rows and rows of just lots of boxes, lots of barrels. People were moving things up and down the gangway. You see a long row of oars that can stick out slots that open up in the walls of the ship in case they need to go upriver. And yeah, he shows you to the main room and he says, this is where we keep our barrels and things. We mostly trade in alcohol, but Canterdale's main export is dye, and so we have a bit of that, or we tend to like to. We trade it with the other cities along the river.
Oh. Why was it such a big deal for me to not come down here, buddy?
I'm just letting you know that we have a lot of supplies, and knowing our general crew, sometimes barrels go missing.
Can I tell if he's lying or not?
Yeah, you can insight check him.
Yeah. Can I do anything else but insight check him?
Investigation.
You can move around downstairs. You can investigate the room farther if you'd like.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Instead.
Porque no tenemos los dos. Okay, yeah, so you look around the room and you're investigating, and you see beyond all these shelves, it seems like the boat does go a lot farther back, and it's very dark past the initial shelves with the storage of barrels and of dyes and of alcohol.
Hey, Bengar, back there.
Oh, that's just the brig.
Oh. Well, it wouldn't be a tour if you didn't show me everything. Let's go. Just try to coax him along back there. Show me
Sure.
what's going on back there.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
All right. And I'm gonna walk.
Now, Lou, you are following sneakily down the stairs, and you have heard what he says about the alcohol and about the dyes. And you hear Dejal suggest that they go farther back. Would you like to continue following them or stay by the stairs?
No, I'll follow them if I can stay hidden from them again.
Okay. Make me a stealth check.
Better roll good.
Nice. Yeah, you managed to stay pretty hidden behind the things. They're both moving forward down the ship, and you're still managing to stay hidden. No one has followed you down here. No one needs to be down here.
Okay, I thought there was other the workers down there.
No, the workers are going to be in, like, the bunks areas. They've loaded up the ship, so no need to be down here.
It's completely empty.
It seems to be completely empty as far as you've gotten.
Besides from... Okay.
Yeah. So, Dejal, you see that Bengar has lit a candle, and he hands it to you.
I want to be like, you can hold on to it. I can see just fine.
Okay, so since you do have dark vision, you are able to see that there is a brig. It's just a large steel cage, and there's hay lining the floor, and it does seem to be empty. And beyond it, there is one more small room.
Beyond the brig?
Beyond the brig, not inside the brig, but
Okay,
beyond
but
it, there seems to be some kind of
yeah.
storage room or something.
Well, let's go.
All right.
Bengar, what's back there, buddy?
That's just our storage. We have extra food storage in case we run out up deck. You did see it's such a small room that we have to keep some of the potatoes and things on the top deck.
Well, let's go and check it out. I was talking to your cook, and he was saying he wanted to show me how to cook, so I want to go see what we have to work with.
Absolutely. Dejal, you head back there and you hear... well, make me a perception check, actually.
Okay. It's gonna work out. It's gonna work out.
Nice. All right. You hear some kind of scuttering around, small feet of sorts moving across the wooden floor back there. There are a lot of chests and barrels, seems to be, in this storage room, but you hear in the darkness, and you see quick shadows moving back and forth between these barrels.
I want to ask.
Blasted honors.
I want to ask Bengar, what is that? What's moving back here?
I don't know what you mean. Did you hear something?
Are you deaf? Do you not?
That's a little rude. Hey, Bijal.
I welcome you onto my ship. No.
I broke you out of prison.
No, he doesn't seem to hear what's going on. He asks you, "What is there? Something wrong?"
No, nothing wrong. I want to go investigate. Like, go check it out.
A very, very large rat, like this big, lunges out at you and bites on to your leather armor, onto your arm.
Hey, Bengar! What you got going on back here, buddy?
What is that thing? And he pulls out his sword.
Like, I swear if you hit me right now. I want to. Can I try to fling the rat off?
You try to get it off?
Yeah, I want to try to fling it against the wall.
All right, make me a
Who's
strength.
gonna teach the turtles, man? Who's gonna teach the turtles?
Make me a strength check.
Oh, strength.
Oh,
DJ strength.
Oh, jeez. Can we?
Give me a -2 again, please.
It's the my.
No, it's a that's a saving throw. Just click on the word strength in the boxes.
Oh, good. That one.
Even better!
Oh my god.
Yeah, so as you wriggle it around, it only bites harder, man, and it pierces through the leather bracer on your arm, and you take
Oh my gosh.
you take that -2 of piercing damage from it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting beat up by cabinets
So
and rats.
basically, what I see when I get in
furniture.
the room is just DJ's like
Like
around the
flailing
rat.
around with this big giant rat on. Okay, I want
Oh.
to
And he dislocates his arm.
like.
If you would like to get involved, Louis, you can roll. But if you'd like to sit back and enjoy
So
the
Lou,
show, you can.
You could come to my help.
So I'll
You can come
roll
to
and
my-
decide if whenever I get involved.
Okay.
Can I do that? I mean,
Well, I mean, you can
yeah.
roll initiative and then just like
That's
stay.
true. Yeah, you can skip your turn. Alright.
woo!
Yeah.
Looks like you're gonna be the first one to act. If you figure it out.
There's a rat.
Oh, you actually have. Wow! Oh my God.
How big is that thing?
Lou, it is your turn. Would you like to do anything?
So basically, what can I see? I see is the rat still on the
It is
jaw?
still latched on his arm.
Okay.
Just crack it up. Yeah, it's real funny.
And so it's already attacked, right?
It has done damage by Dejal's own hand. Yes.
Okay. So if I draw my bow and try to attack the rat, will I maybe potentially hit the tiefling?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I like the outcome, so I will do that.
A 12 will hit, so roll damage.
So I hit Dejan or the rat.
You hit the rat.
And
Cool,
is that a
nice
sneak
job.
attack?
Yeah, yeah.
Boop, boop. That's 10 damage.
Nice job. Yeah, so you do manage to, out of the shadows, and Dejal's like, what? Like this arrow whizzes past him, hits the rat, and manages to hit it under here and straight out the top of its head, and the rat wriggles for a minute and then stops moving and releases its bite off of Dejal's arm.
Eldritch Blast!
on the dead rat. Yes. Nice. However, from the shadows, having seen its fallen brethren, another rat steps forward and hisses at you with its hackles raised.
Are we serious?
Wait, what?
At Dejal, another rat steps out and jumps towards him and hisses at him.
So is it my action?
Yes, go ahead, Dejal.
My turn.
That will definitely hit. Roll damage. Very nice. Yeah, so you... How do you want that one to go?
I'm pissed. Eldritch Two hands!
2 hands?
Like,
your arm, like, bleeding.
Mother...
Alright, yeah. You shoot this one, and as it's hissing, you shoot it just point blank in the face, and the rat becomes crispy and flops over. However, from behind Lou, another rat comes out, and it starts biting at his boot.
Biting my boots?
Yeah, it's biting your boot, man.
No. Oh no.
So,
Meanwhile, I'm just up top. Man, this is really nice out here. It's really nice.
Seagulls.
Can Aiden hear the commotion? Or is that's probably Aiden's move?
I guess I can make a perception.
You can make a perception because Dejal is like, oh gosh, not again!
Eldritch Blast!
You don't shout the name
Of your moves like an anime? He does. He does.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
Nice. Alright, yeah, you hear something vaguely. Blast! And you're like, what's going on down there? Would you like to investigate? Alright, he heads downstairs. And you come across a rat biting at the heels of Louis. However, it does not seem to bite through his boot, but it's still nibbling the leather on his boot. Louis, what would you like to do?
Shoot.
I want to get it off of me, so I take out my my short sword and try and stab the rat.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. Can I disengage from that with my bonus thingy? That's all I'll do. I still have my bow in hand, so I'll try and move away and shoot an arrow hit.
That'll definitely hit. Roll damage.
That's a 6.
6. Alright, so the rat, you're hitting it with your short bow. You hit it with an arrow in its back leg, and it starts to hobble away, and then it turns back at you and hisses. Aiden, you see that this has happened. This rat was just hit by an arrow. What would you like to do about it?
I'm going to draw my light crossbow and shoot an arrow at it myself.
Okay. Give it a try. As you do this, you accidentally shoot Louis in the foot, and where the rat could not get through the boot, your arrow bolt does seem to.
I'm so sorry.
Roll damage on that.
Oh no.
Roll damage on that? Oh man. Now this one's good.
Louis, your foot is bleeding and there's a hole in your boot. And you have 4 piercing damage.
I should have used
Guys, literally less than 24 hours ago, we took down a warden and his gang. We're getting beat up by rats.
No, we're not getting beat
You're beat up by
rats,
each other.
We're getting beat up by their cleric.
I'm sorry. I'll heal you. I have healing powers.
And that is only because
I
he
just
rolled
wanted to
like, oh.
a natural
What
one.
What in the freaking hell are you doing?
I'm so sorry.
I am not the target here.
Look, the boat rocked. I'm still feeling kind of sleepy. I don't know what's going on.
What line of sight do I have on the rat right now?
It's...
So wait, is it me, Louis, and rat?
I would say that Louis and the rat are kind of side by side, and beyond them is Aiden.
Okay. So I shouldn't use a bow.
That's what Aiden did.
Yeah, it was a bad move. Bad move on my part. I'll heal you, I swear.
With the arrow, because if you did it with the warhammer, I would have been dead.
Naturally.
Eldritch Blast.
Here we go.
Jeez.
Yeah, I do.
Nice. Yeah. Roll damage.
It's sad that it only had 1 HP left.
Why did that happen? on this
We were messing around with it earlier because you had something added to it. Oh, because it rolls.
but-
It rolls 2 die, right? Okay. Either
Holy
way,
cow.
even if you hit 1 HP, the
one.
rat.
And this one's badass too. It's just like
It's just cool. Finger. Pew.
Finger guns.
All right, there's like holes in the ship. No, Bingar is not happy. He's just sitting here like, not my no. I should have double checked. Brought these things with us. So, yeah. Regardless, no matter the damage you did, it was pretty much down for the count. Now you have barbecued rat here on the floor. What you doing, Lou?
Lou, you're upside down.
Hanging out?
Wait.
There you go.
there it goes.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, so you are surrounded by a couple of barbecued rats behind Aiden.
I'm bleeding.
Oh, snap.
Behind Aiden.
I
Seemingly
am
from
bleeding.
from one of these empty barrels, you hear the lid pop off of a barrel, and the biggest of all the rats so far pops out and starts hissing at you, Aiden.
Oh, that's it, rat. Guess what? You're about to get some wounds inflicted on you, boy.
Yeah, so the rat's gonna roll. And he's gonna lunge at Aiden.
Oh, he's got a surprise attack.
Okay, so he definitely hits you, right?
Oh,
Wow.
that is a hit.
That's
That
a
is
critical hit.
Yeah,
12 damage?
he's the biggest of the rats with the
Oh
sharpest
my
of the teeth.
goodness gracious.
He's stronger
And
than
he
the
is gonna
warden.
bite
That
right
rat
into your
hit harder than
freaking
the warden.
hamstring,
That
man.
rat wrecked me.
I will kill it.
Louis.
Because this thing,
Do I
this
have-
thing.
There's a
Yeah,
hole
the sight.
and a crossbow bolt in your boot. You have sight. What would you like to do?
My feet. I wanna.
Stomp on it with the arrow. Just
Yeah. Do I have line of sight on that giant freaking rat?
you do. It's the biggest of the rats, and you have the line of sight on it. Cool. Let's check. An 11 will unfortunately not hit this giant rat, man.
Oh.
It bounces past him.
Can
does-
I hit Aiden?
It does not hit Aiden. Unfortunately.
In the foot.
It whizzes past him. Now, Aiden, you see that arrow whiz past you, and you put your hands out, and how would you like to do that? Towards
I'm
this
going to
rat?
grab this rat and then just grab it off of me and say, die!
It's bigger than me.
And then just inflict the wounds
Inflict.
upon it.
And how does that work? Like, does energy surge through the rat, and you see like a skeleton, like Home Alone 2, or
I'm
what
just going to
does-
say the thing explodes.
The
Is it
rat
dead?
explodes!
Just kill it. I was going to say
Oh,
it
I
just
think it's
blows
outside.
up.
You shake it so violently and put this rage into its body that the rat explodes, and there are just rat
And
pieces
then
on the
immediately
barrels.
After, I just hurl.
And there are rat pieces on your face. And then
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's great.
very nice. You are out of combat. The rats have
I
fallen.
want to rush over to Louis and cure wounds.
That won't
To
remove the
take heal
bolt
her
on my
up.
feet. I take the dagger.
Well,
and
don't
throw
worry.
it
I'm
back.
gonna get that bolt out of you, and then I'm gonna heal you up.
I just want to peek over Louis' shoulder and be like, "That looks like it hurts."
So I heal you
Oh,
for
yeah,
11
I turn
damage.
to you and you're welcome, by the way.
I'm also going to heal myself.
Thank you. I knew. I mean, like, real like
For
not
11.
sarcastic, but be like, I knew you cared about me.
And back up to.
I don't. Curiosity. Damn, that
Man,
thing
I
is
would.
working.
I would have loved to have been healed.
I
Too
only
bad.
healed 2
Yeah,
people.
it's
What
okay.
did you do?
Yeah.
What did you do, Aiden? Did you just touch me and
Yeah, I took the bolt out and then just. Boop, ET style, you know.
Oh.
don't extend your stay?
Mm,
But like, you feel real good after it. You know, it's some real good healing.
that's some good shiz, man. So
I want to turn to Pengar and be like,
So yeah, basically he hasn't even helped us in all
"When's the last time you checked your ship? When's the last time you looked at your ship?"
today, They must have been inside the empty barrels that were already on here when it was commandeered. Sorry.
Did you see the size of that thing?
You know what? And he just goes and the two that you barbecued, he picks them up by the tail and he throws them over his shoulder and he's like, I gotta get these to the cook. And he starts heading out.
So I'm like,
That's awesome.
yeah, I've had rat burgers. Fine.
Hey, rat's pretty good, you know? Sometimes you gotta eat rat before you can eat
It's all
bacon.
dark meat, man. Let's go.
Alright, so Bengar's gone.
Bengar is heading up the stairs.
Okay, I wanna have a look around at that whole last room.
Okay. Yeah.
To see if I can find something interesting, something of worth.
Yeah, you find a bunch of mostly barrels of food, things like that. Lots of different types of food, especially fruits and citruses, considering these are pirates, things like that. There are some meads and ales. There are a couple weapons in this room as well on racks on the wall. There's a longbow, there's a short sword, there's a short bow, and you are digging around, and as you finish your search, you move a barrel, and in the far corner of the room, you find a box.
With baby rats.
Oh, that's cute. Let's keep them.
Rat ever.
The biggest rat in the tiniest box.
And what does the box look like? Does it look like it can be opened in any way?
It does. It almost seems like a shoe box. It's like a paper constructed box. It's very light.
Okay, I'll open it.
All right. You see on the top of the box, it's a kind of a dusty box, but you wipe some dust off and you see it says Snivels on it.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
look over and be like, hey, Louie, what you doing?
Well,
on there, girl?
I would have. Well, after his, I was gonna say I was also gonna investigate,
Okay.
but not for like valuables, but for this room for some more shady stuff.
Okay.
But
Yeah, investigate. You've been approached by Aiden, Louis.
What you
You
doing?
want to touch me again? Stay away from me.
Oh, okay, that's
My
fair.
my boot remembers what you did last time.
That's fair. Well, you just going through and stealing this guy's stuff? I mean, he's being nice enough to like let us board his boat and give us some transport. I mean, at least we could do is not steal
Just
from him.
just want to look over and be like, so are you a cleric now?
What?
You're just assuming I'm gonna steal everything. I'm just having a look here.
Oh,
I haven't
well,
picked
I
up
mean,
anything so far. What's wrong with you? What are you assuming?
I just, okay, yep, you got me there.
You know what? Why don't you stay up there?
Shame
where
on
you
you.
can,
Just
you can puke in the ocean.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but if I would have stayed, well, I guess if I would have stayed up there, you wouldn't have had a bolt in your foot either. Let's just say this. Let's just keep it chill, huh? Let's just always go up and get some fresh
I
air.
was being chilled until you assumed I was thieving here.
But let me ask you this: if he was down here, you think he'd be cool with you going through his stuff?
Well, he's probably looking at your stuff up there while you're down there.
I have all my stuff on me. I didn't leave my things anywhere. I got nothing to hide, my man. I got my God behind me. I got
Are you gonna stay next to me? Because I'm gonna push you.
what?
Yeah, I'm gonna just
Like-
push you, gently push you the other way.
Ooh, Louis.
What?
I don't know. Look, I'll tell you what. Let's just chill. Why don't we just go upstairs for a minute? Why don't we just take a minute and go upstairs? Let's talk a little bit.
Exactly. No, you go ahead. I'll be there.
Oh, Louis. Oh, Louis. Oh, boy. Oh,
I'm just
jeez.
getting the room. You're assuming I'm thieving. That kind of hurts, man. I've had your back many times.
You know what? I appreciate that. You can see where I'm coming from, though, right? Like I get where you're coming from. I get it, and that looks bad on me. However, you're just going through this stuff.
I just want to look at Aiden and be like, you're not at all curious on what's in that dude's box.
I mean, I guess, but until it gets brought up, like I don't. I'm just gonna go back upstairs. I'm just like Aiden is done with this. He's just like, look, I would hope that you guys would do what's right, and I'm not gonna tell you how to how to live your life. So just do what you guys want, and I'm gonna head back upstairs and just get that fresh air at the bow of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
As
And
he's
just
walking away,
be like
don't
Jack.
forget to grab some meat and get some women.
Okay. And I just raise my shield and head upstairs.
Talk to the shield.
As soon as he leaves the door, I open the box.
Okay.
With my investigation, do I see?
You see that he has this box, and you are able to read snibbles on the top of the box as well. So are you going to open the box with Dajal watching?
Come over here. What's inside?
Yeah, I want to come over and be like, yeah, let's be shady together.
Yeah.
I wonder what a kobold could keep as a I don't know.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm curious.
This is just
I
curiosity.
am so curious.
you open it up. Inside, you see a couple of bound bars of chocolate inside. You also see a note with what seems to be some kind of scribble on it, miss you bunches or something, and a lipstick mark on the box. And you also find inside 2 gold and a little black gem.
Little black gem. I want to immediately be like, hey, I have a gem that looks. I have gems that look just like that.
Let me show you.
Pretty much. Like I want to reach to see if my gem matches that gem.
Okay.
That's kind of new. I've never seen those gems before.
This is
Oh, he's never seen
this
those.
is the worst time. Like this is the first time me and Louis have had something in common.
No.
It's about to just get derailed.
It's about to pop off.
No, but I want to look in my bag, in my pouch, see if my gem matches those ones.
All right, you're digging around in your pouch. You find those ball bearings. You're like, frick it, and you put them in your pocket. And you are digging through your gold, and you're not able to seem to locate those 2 black gems.
So
like,
I don't really take interest in what you're doing with your coin purse. I know what you're doing, but I don't have any interest. You said there were notes in there, right?
There is a note. It seems to be like a love letter of sorts, with a lipstick mark on the bottom of it.
Oh no, I can't do that on DJ.
I want to express like I had gems in here. I wonder where they went.
Is that one of yours? I point at the gem inside the box. Is that one of yours?
I was like, no, I don't think I even made contact with him.
But he's been around, no?
No, well, he's only been around while I've been awake.
If you want it back, I guess if it looks like yours, take it back. I don't know what the other one. You had 3, right?
Oh, what?
I don't even know how many you had.
Oh.
Gotcha.
I want to look at him and be like, how did you know I had 3 gems?
I saw you take them from the chest in the prison. As you saw me take the 3 potions.
They were so tiny, though.
Were they? Look at your tiny hands. Look at your tiny hands. I can see everything through them.
Lou, roll me a deception check.
Sure.
And DJ, roll me an insight.
Well deserved.
Well, you're
done messed up.
Hey!
He sees right through your bullshits. Those were way too small for you to have seen him take those. And he was trying to hide it anyway.
I just want to look at him and be like, you have my gem.
You have my gems?
Like, question, like...
How can you assume I have your gem?
You knew I had 3 black gems. I never told you that I had them, let alone told you how many I had.
So at this point, I just nod?
It's no big deal. No harm, no foul. I had 3 gems. I gave one to Aiden. I didn't know if I could trust you or not. Obviously, I was wrong. but let's make it up now. I think these gems are important. I think that you have the gems. I just want to be like, give me one back. You keep the other one. I really think these gems are important. I did not take them to steal them. I took them for other reasons. I just haven't figured those out. I don't know why these gems feel important to me, but I do think they are.
Important to you? What are they for?
I,
What do they do?
when I felt them, I felt a magic aura from them. I had, when we were at the inn, I had Aiden look at it. He said he didn't really see much, but just take them out and like feel for yourself.
Okay, so I take out one of the ball bearing in my sack and I give it to him. Is that what you're talking about?
That's when I laughed and be like, no, the gem, it looks just like this gem.
I know.
Not a ball bearing. And then as he hands me the ball bearing, I want to look and be like, that's where the ball bearings in my pouch came from.
I know.
You hit me on the top deck. You were the guy in the crow's nest. It all just comes to me. I just want to. I know you haven't liked me since we've been in that cell together. I just want you to. I know you don't trust me. Just trust me for a minute.
I don't trust you, but I don't want to get burned like those rats. I pull out one of the gems and I flip in the air to send DJ.
I catch it and I just tell him like, look at your gem, see if you can feel what I felt.
Well, I tried, but they feel like they're pretty sturdy ball bearings to me.
And this is after you threw me one of the gems back to me.
Yeah.
They feel like ball bearings to me. I just want to be like, listen, fine. Thank you for this one back. Please hold on to that other one.
Just so you know, I was gonna give it back to you. I look at the gem that Snibbles have.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like similar between the two?
It's exactly the same. They're all exactly the same cut, look exactly the same size.
Maybe I take it.
Okay.
I still have two then.
You say you take it?
Yeah. You fine with me taking it?
I normally don't. I don't.
Want it?
No, I mean I was just curious about what was in the box, just because. Have you met Sniffles? Or Sniffles like? I wanted to just know what was in there.
He basically died in front of me, but
I just want to say, like, hey, I don't think it's a good idea. I wouldn't do it. I don't think you should do it. But
you know what? I'll put in a ball bearing instead. He won't notice the difference.
Oh my gosh. But I want to tell him, I'm gonna be like, listen, I want to go to Snivels about this. I want to see if he knows anything about this. If I take this to him and his is missing, he's gonna think I took his. Oh my god, I did, because we took it from the chest in the... Yeah. Yeah, those were his. Yeah, I took... They're all his. You know what? Just do what you want to do.
Wait, are the ones in, like the one in the box the exact same cut as all the other ones?
Yeah, she said it's the exact same. And I took the ones from the prison, the two boxes. Those were Sniffles.
And the other one, you just figured that out? That the other ones, like the 3 potions were Vanguards?
Oh, God. All right, well, regardless, I'm just curious. I feel something. I need to go try to get some type of intelligent conversation out of Snibbles about these.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be like, do what you want. At least leave him a candy bar that he has in there. Don't take everything he has.
I'm just taking a gem. I don't.
Just a gem. Wait, did you not read the? Did no one read the letter, the love letter?
It says miss you, and gibberish. No.
Oh, that's it.
I tried.
It's like a basic, I miss you, can't wait to see you, XO, big hug, little kiss, and some lipstick.
Yeah, okay. Did you see the crocodile mouth? It's on a little... but anyway.
They look like lips, man.
I want to go to Snivel. Like, immediately just right off the Snivel.
All
I'm
right.
back down in the bunk, by the way, just chilling in my bunk,
Cool.
my bed.
Snivels is
Yeah.
there, like,
Panic thing.
mopping under your feet, trying not to touch you and stuff.
Like, I'm like...
Mopping
like,
up
I'm
your
so
puke.
Curious. At this point, I'm so curious, I just kick in the door. I'm like, Snivel! Like, I run over to him. I was like, hey, Snivel, come over here. I need to talk to you for a minute.
All right, Louis, what are you doing?
I am not here with that conversation.
Are you downstairs?
I kept the gem. I pushed in a ball bearing, and I closed the box, put it back where it was, and I do take the long bow on the wall though.
Okay.
Yeah, belongs to me now.
Yeah, I'm already over encumbered. I didn't take any weapon.
This whole time you're just like, hold on, I'm coming. Here I go. The boat is like... The boat's like deeper as soon as you get on it. It's good.
But no, I want to be like, Snivel. Mirror.
And he like sets his mop against the wall and he comes over to you.
So he just looks at me. I was like, Snivel, listen to me. I want to pull out the gem and be like, this is yours, Snivel. This is from the box at the prison. I took 2 of them. These weren't in the box at the prison, Snivel. The place we rescued you from, Snivel! What is in, or what does this gem do? Where did it come from? Mother of God. I wanna... Look. Awakened mind. To see if he has thoughts. No! Where did this come from? Snivel, where is this?
So,
He's just
as you awaken mine, you hear the sound of wind, and then the quack of a duck.
I just look at Snivel and be like, this is mine now. Then whose is it, Snivel? Where did you get it from, Snivel? What? Where are you pointing, Snivel? You know what? Whips? Mines? You did a... Was that a mine? You whipped. You whipped,
like
Snivel.
axe, but...
Chains. You were a slave. And that's where you got this. Me? I'm your slave? At the prison?
I'm just like watching all of
Are you
this.
saying at the prison?
I'm
Yes.
just watching all of this, and I'm like, what on earth? What?
At the prison, Snivel. That's where the gem is from. Oh, God, Snivel! I want to hand Snivel a ball bearing and say, is this okay, Snivel? So I can have this now, right? Ball bearing? Gold piece. Oh, why am I the only one that spends gold? 4! Snivel, you don't even know what this is! 3. 3? 3, alright. Even Snivel's such a good, haggler. I'm at heart, Snivel. Good for you. Good for you.
He just runs off, kind of prospecting.
That was the best conversation I've had in this. I lay down to take it. I take a nap after that. I tighten my my leather armor up, put my gold pouch in because I'm on a. As nice as they look, it's a boat full of pirates. I just button everything up real tight. I take a nap after that combo. My guy takes a nap. Snivel is my new favorite character. Snivel needs to be around all the time.
We will buy Snivels.
I want to tap Dajal on the shoulder and be like, "So, you want to be my new interpreter?" Completely joking,
just
completely
looking at him and be like, "Did you see that?"
Everyone saw that. The whole boat is now curious about what you got from Snivels and how you got him to eat a ball bearing, though it's not hard.
Can I, real quick, look at it and do a history check to see if I've...
So 20, nice.
Okay.
You have seen similar stones in the past? Because it's just a black gem, but it's... You've never seen this before. You are certain that you...
I was so ready. I was like...
You are now sure that in the breaches of your memory, there's nothing. You haven't heard of anyone else having seen this. You have never seen this yourself.
In the deepest parts of your memory, you're an idiot.
No.
Before I nap, I take my longbow and I try it out. 2 arrows in the sky, as far as I can.
Why?
Why not? I want to try it out.
Okay.
Get used to it. Never
He
had a
says,
longbow before.
why not?